vote. So right now we will begin with the judges, and we'll start with judges, group 52. Little group 52, please come out. Group 52. Yes. Hello.
Hello, I'm Tamar Hamilton.
We have our timer who is going to time. Everybody has 3 minutes for you to introduce about your candidacy. We'll start in alphabetical order. Last name, so F. Hamilton and Hank. Um, thank you. So you can see the timing is right there. Thank you very much.
Sure. So hello, everyone. My name is David Fry, and I'm a judicial candidate for Group 52. That's a circuit court position. I am running for judge because I truly enjoy being a public servant. I am an assistant public defender. I work for the law of Gordon Weeks, and I work with some of the most vulnerable members of our community. They are dealing with serious mental health issues. They are dealing with substance abuse, addiction, and poverty. It is my job at work to give some of the people who are the easiest for our community to forget, to humanize them, to give them that human voice, and to defend their rights at trial. I am a trial attorney. I have tried to verdict over 70 cases, up to charges of first-degree murder. I have sat on both sides of a criminal courtroom. I have began my career as a prosecutor. I've also tried civil cases as well. I worked for a large civil law firm that had offices over the country. I decided actually to leave that firm to come back to the public defender's office because I wanted to make a difference. So what does all that mean for running for judge? Well, truth be told, a judge's decision makes a difference in someone's life. Whether it's a criminal case, family law, probate, anything, if a judge's name goes on a piece of paper, someone's life is changing. The people who come into the court, they want to be heard. They want to know and feel that they're being heard. And they are going to ask the judge, they'll ask me, to rule in favor of one and against the other. And I will have to do that. But through my experience, I have the capability not just to listen, but to understand a well-reasoned ruling on the issues before me and to know how to communicate that. So I don't have much time about me. I went to public schools here in Broward County. I'm a product of the public schools. I graduated at Western High. My undergrad is from FIU. My first job, I worked for the mayor of Miami. I have a master's degree in education. I was a teacher before I went to law school. I went to law school here at Nova. My kids go to public schools as well. When I'm not hanging out with them and otherwise sleeping, I assist with the charity at St. Mark's Episcopal Church called Laundry Love. We do laundry for needy families. I would love to talk to each of you, but if not, my committee did set up a website, davidfryforjudge.com. And if I can't speak to you today, I'd love to give you a card. Thank you very much. Tell all your friends to vote on August 18th. Not many people know about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Tamar Hamilton, and I am your candidate for Circuit Court Judge in Group 52. I'd like to take the opportunity to wish all our mothers and those who are mothering someone a wonderful and happy Mother's Day weekend to you. It has truly been an honor to serve the residents of Broward County. I've lived in Broward County for over 26 years. I'm an experienced litigator. I am fair. I'm committed to service. I've been serving in the capacity as your attorney, special magistrate for 2 cities here in Broward County. I'm an adjunct law school professor, and I am dedicated to ensuring that as your next Broward County Circuit Court judge, everyone before me is given the opportunity to be heard. It is important that we select a judge that has the temperament for the courtroom. How do we develop temperament, and what is temperament? It's our ability to hear, to manage, and to control the matters that are coming before us. As a solo practitioner, working with individuals and families, planning their estates, managing their families, guardianships, real estate matters, that's what I have done. I have been that neutral person, always hearing and ensuring that I apply the relevant law to the matters before me as an attorney and as a special magistrate, rendering decisions based on the law. But what I've done, I've ensured that everyone is heard, is treated respectfully, and your dignity is maintained. As your next circuit court judge, with your support, early voting starts August 8th through the 16th. And I need your vote to make this journey. And on August 18th, I'm asking us, please go to the polls. Let your family and friends know Tamar Hamilton is on that ballot. And you can learn more about me by visiting my website, tamarhamilton.com. Thank you all for being here today. I look forward to meeting, connecting with you, and getting your support to serve as your next Broward County Circuit Court Judge. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie O'Brien Hinkle, and I am a candidate for Circuit Court Group 52. Thank you all for having us here today. I do appreciate the time that everybody took to come here to give us the opportunity to speak with you. Each one of us up here today, we have qualified to run for Circuit Court. Each one of us are licensed attorneys. Each one of us, we have families in Broward County. We're invested in the future of Broward County. And myself, I'm born and raised in Broward County. And while each of my opponents are very well-respected attorneys in the community, my experience in the legal community is a little different. I am a former prosecutor in Broward County. So I did have the opportunity to prosecute cases ranging from misdemeanors all the way up to first-degree felonies. Through that experience, I did gain significant courtroom experience, significant trial experience. And I also had the opportunity to see how the criminal justice system affects not only victims and the people that are charged with crimes, but also their families as well. I was honored to have the privilege of going to work each day with one goal, really, and that was just to do what was right for the community. I'm also a civil litigation attorney, so I have experience representing both plaintiffs and defendants in a variety of cases. However, the majority of my experience is representing homeowners, businesses, and condominium associations in their claims and litigation that stem from those claims with their insurance company. And through that opportunity, I was able to stand by those people in civil trials, usually people that have never been before the judge or in a courtroom before, and to present their case, their civil dispute, to a jury of their peers. Also, from an alternative perspective, I am a Florida Supreme Court certified circuit, county, family, and appellate mediator, and I'm a qualified arbitrator in numerous jurisdictions throughout the state, including Broward County. And through that work, I have the opportunity to evaluate and analyze cases on a daily basis. Throughout all of that experience, because I have been practicing for almost 15 years in September of this year, there is one principle that remains true. And I know David had touched upon it, but people come to the court system, they come to a courthouse to be heard. They want their voices to be heard. We're lucky enough to live in a place where our disputes are resolved not by violence, but by a court system. And where does that happen? And it's at the courthouse in front of a judge and potentially a jury. Now, the judge is a very important part of that picture. They have a responsibility to be impartial and treat people with fairness and respect they deserve. And as a former prosecutor and civil litigator, I will uphold that responsibility each day with integrity as a Broward County Circuit Judge.
Thank you.
And now we are moving on with Group 11. May the judges from Group 11 come to the podium.
Debbie Alton.
So you both will have 3 minutes to introduce yourself and speak about your platform. And also we'll start in alphabetical order. So Ms. Alton, you first.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking your time to come here today to learn about the judicial candidates. My name is Debbie George Alton. I have been a resident of Broward County for 42 years. I graduated from JP Taravella High School. I went to Florida Atlantic University. I have been practicing in Broward County my entire legal career, which has been for 28 years. I am married and I have twins that are 23 years old. We all live in Broward County. I want to be a judge because I want to give back to the community. It is the time or in my career where I have the calling to give to public service. My experience is in civil and family law. I practice also criminal defense and bankruptcy. I am not only a member of the Florida Bar, but I am also a member of I'm admitted to the Southern District of Florida Federal Court, the Middle District of Florida Federal Court in the Northern District of Florida, the Bankruptcy Court in the Southern District of Florida, and the Bankruptcy Court in the Middle District of Florida. Now, why is it important that I have diverse experience? Because county court position is commonly referred to as the People's Court. That is for disputes that are $8,000 or less. People come with no attorney, and it's very important. These are civil cases. It's very important that the judge have experience in these fields. But it's more than that. It's more than the People's Court. It's also landlord-tenant disputes, car accident cases, foreclosures, and other different credit card disputes, other civil matters, and misdemeanors. So it's not just civil or criminal. In addition, there are 11 hybrid county court cases, county court divisions, which means that judge hears criminal and civil matters. So it's very important that the chief judge can put whoever gets elected wherever they think the person is needed most. So on day one, I would be ready to hit the ground running with my experience. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website, Deb, the number 4, Judge. That's Deb, DEB, number 4, Judge.com. I humbly ask for your vote on August 18th. And also, so you all understand, because we are a 2-person race, our race is over on August 18th. So it's very important for you to come vote August 18th. I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here and honored for this opportunity to give back to my community in this capacity. My name is Veronica Walker. I am an assistant state attorney with the Broward State Attorney's Office. I have been there for about 10 years now. I started in the misdemeanor courtroom, which is the county court, where I tried cases from failure to register a tag to DUIs and made my way up to the felony trial unit where I have tried cases that are homicide. At this point in my career, my boss, State Attorney Harold Pryor, has entrusted me with the hate crimes unit. In my capacity, I file and I charge and I prosecute hate crimes as well as public corruption cases here in Broward County. Not only do I prosecute those cases, but I also want to talk to you guys about my experience outside of the courtroom, because it's my belief that when you are electing a judge, you're looking at their temperament, how they relate to people, their life experiences, and how they will be on the bench. So I'm also the chair of the Broward County Hate Crimes Task Force, as well as I was appointed by Broward Sheriff's Office to the Social Justice Task Force. On those task forces, I go out into the community to educate on crimes and how to prosecute cases, as well as educate on hate crimes. I have had the opportunity to host town halls at the Pride Center, at the Jewish Federation, as well as ADL, and also work very closely with the Urban League next door. It is my commitment and dedication to Broward County that my career is based in public service. I attended Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee, where I got my undergraduate degree, as well as my master's in public administration and nonprofit management. From there, I went to Barry University for law school, and then I began my law career as a prosecutor here in Broward County. And I have been honored to serve the constituents of Broward County ever since. And it is my dream to keep on serving Broward County as your next county court judge. My parents have instilled in me that public service is the ultimate service that we can do. My mother is a public school teacher. My father worked for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office as well as the Coast Guard. And my grandfather was a councilman for almost 20 years. It is within me to continue to give back, to continue to serve you. And it's my hope that on August 18th, that you will vote for Veronica Walker as your next county court judge. It's not that I'm just now deciding to give back, but I have built my career and dedicated my life to giving back to this community, and I want to continue to serve you all. You can find more information at www.veronicaforjudge.com. You can also follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram as well as Facebook. Happy Mother's Day to you beautiful women. Thank you.
Another round of applause for our judges. Thank you for coming. Right now, we have to take a break to ensure that the judges are no longer in the room, because according to the canon law, they cannot be here if this activity becomes a partisan issue. So right now, we are going to bring back our backdrop, and then we will begin. We will begin with the senators next. So if we have any candidates in the room right now, there is a waiting room in the back. You are welcome to go and sit and collect your thoughts and get ready for your speech. Thank you. Let's, our volunteers, please. Andrew.
Steps there. More this way. Is that good? My questions I have.
C'est ça, pendant bien que absolument c'est pas là avec là. Oui, c'est là, c'est on a émotion là, moi aussi. Can you hear me?
senatorial candidacy, Ms. Nixon, Mr. Venda.
No, wait, no, I gotta come out there, he coming in, right? It's only 8 weeks.
I'm going to have an interview with you. You know that?
Excuse me?
I'm going to have an online interview with you. You know that, right?
With who?
We're broadcasting this live on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Great.
So we're going to talk.
Oh, we gonna talk.
We got to talk. We're going to talk right there on the mic. Okay. So I'm waiting for the operator to tell me what to do. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Joe.
Oh yes, Professor Lewis, I'm happy to hear you. We are at the African American Research Library in Fort Lauderdale, 2650 Seastrunk Boulevard. And today we are having a Democrat candidates forum where every candidate in Broward County and across the state, they are here to talk about what the candidacy mean, what they're going to do if they get elected. So right now, we just finished with the judges. We had judges from the 11th and the 32th circuit courts. So we will see if we have a chance to speak to one of them, to give us an opportunity to speak to one of them, to see the views on the different issues that the community is facing. Station, I don't know if you have any questions for me.
Go. Yeah. No, not really. Let's start with the first judge, please.
Let me see if we're going to seek out a couple of judges and see if Judge Fry, you have a second, Judge Fry?
I need exclusion.
Louis, you can take the lead on the board while I'm trying to get one of the candidates for judges to speak to us.
Not a problem. So I would like everybody, I want to say hello to everyone. And as Professor J just mentioned, we are covering Broward County candidate forum.
We are broadcasting this event on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if you're allowed, if you want to share the
covering the judges who just spoke.
Okay.
As long as everybody.
We are waiting to get a few judges to come to our screen, to Jay, so that we can ask them a few questions, especially regarding issues that are very important for our community. So we are here, we are waiting, and in the meantime, this is a good occasion for us to find out whether or not we are going to have judges who are going to keep our community interests at heart. They are mainly civil judges. They are not like criminal judges. What they are going to be in charge of would be, for example, civil cases like debt, like taxes, or like foreclosures, probate, dispute, family dispute. But we know all these issues, they do affect our daily life. So it is very important for us to be in a position to have like good judges who understand the issues of our community and who understand the importance of giving fair treatment to our people. So I don't know.
Dr. Lewis, yes, we are ready. We have a wonderful candidate with us, and with judges, this is a non-partisan election for the judges. They cannot be labeled neither Democrat, Republican, Libertarian. It's non-partisan. So we have to be mindful of that, and when we're asking the questions, to stay in the limit of the questions. So I will introduce you to the new judges in the community.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie O'Brien Hinkle. It's nice to meet you.
Good afternoon, and we are so happy to have you on our platform today. So, I'm not going to ask you a partisan question. I would like to ask you a community question. How familiar are you with our community, the Asian community, and have you had any experience dealing with them?
I can't hear.
Oh,
It's very hard to hear.
it's very hard to hear.
I apologize.
It's just very hard. It's very hard to hear. Go a little bit slowly and louder.
Okay, let me be short in that case. What
And
is your experience dealing with our Asian community?
I can't hear, and it can't be labeled as a Democratic candidate forum on there.
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
It is nonpartisan.
Okay,
I
yes,
apologize.
that's okay.
I'm
Yes,
so
yeah,
sorry.
you're my friend.
But
Okay.
also Tamar Hamilton and David Fry are also here as well.
Okay.
Who are my opponents.
Opponents, yes.
So we would all need to have the opportunity
to do the same.
in this nonpartisan race.
Yes.
So I
yeah,
apologize.
because of the name, you won't be able
I'm
to do
just
it.
trying to make sure I follow the rules.
I agree. Thank you
Thank you
for
so
trying.
much. It was very nice to meet you.
Bye bye. So Professor Louis, this is a
It's a
non-partisan.
Democratic Candidate Forum.
That's right. So because it's labeled Democratic Candidate Forum, so she will not be able to participate with us, and we have different other candidates that are here as well that are running for judges, but they will not be able to do the interviews with us. So we have to do interviews with the political candidates that are labeled Democrats.
Okay, that's fair enough. So let's keep going.
Okay, so I'm sure we have somebody speaking at the podium, so you can take control for the podium now.
Thank you. And let's go back to the podium. So, do you have any special candidate, recent candidate running right now?
Oh, sorry, no, we don't have. No, I mean uh, we don't have anybody as Asian candidate, Asian background candidate running right now, but we do have a couple of people who are very familiar with the Haitian community.
Okay, so now we're going to be listening to the podium.
Where they As a Broward County educator, I have seen firsthand how years ago when we had the tragedy in Parkland with MSD and how the innocent lives were taken, how even recently, how gun violence has plagued our, oh, sorry, thank you. So I just want to say this because I know my time is up. Here at Foster for Florida, we are not riding the blue wave. What we are doing is igniting the blue flame. We are offering something different. We are redefining politics. We are not taking a bottom-up approach. We're taking a top-down approach. Yes, I have the audacity. Yes, I have the fearlessness and the gumption to run for governor without being a politician. I'm absolutely proud of that. So I urge you to join us, putting people first and building a Florida that we all deserve. You can follow us on our social media platforms at Foster for Florida and find out more information regarding myself as a candidate in our upcoming state tour, which will take place this summer on our website at fosterforflorida.com. Thank you.
I made a mistake. I started the event. We were waiting for the judges to leave, and I forgot to the of our invocation. So first, we are going to bow our heads and do the invocation in memory of wars, victims, the tariff, victims of women who are now having to find other states to go for their abortion or women's rights. We are also bowing our heads in memory of all of those DC members, relatives, and people who fought in the past for our civil liberties. And we hope that the next, next November, we will have the opportunity to change the path of this country. And now if we all stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Thank you. Now we'll have Senator Polsky to represent Governor David Jolly. Now applaud her. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tina Polsky. I am a state senator for the past 8 years, Northwest Broward County, and I'm very proud here on behalf of Dave Jolly, who has been running for governor for the past year. And I believe, as I am one of the co-chairs of his campaign, that he's the one who can finally flip Florida blue. The countdown to the end of DeSantis' term has begun. Trust me, I know. I've been with him for 8 years. It's been a ride. And this November, Floridians are going to elect a Democratic governor for the first time in 30 years, and his name is David Jolly. I'm a co-chair of the campaign because I believe in him that much. I've endorsed Jolly along with over 125 current and former elected officials, some of whom are in this room. If you've turned on MSNBC over the past decade, you've probably seen Jolly on your TV screen, showing us for years that he knows how to effectively communicate Democratic values at a time when so many have been asking for better Democratic messaging. And Jolly's building a coalition that is bringing us all together as Democrats, along with the independents and even Republicans, recognize we desperately need change in our state. And without hope, we cannot win this election, right? We just don't have enough numbers. Jolly's campaign is centered around 3 values. The first is that the economy should work for everyone. Florida should not be a home for the rich and the reckless. And that's why Jolly will create a state catastrophic fund that will be used not to bail out insurance companies, but to allow homeowners to remove catastrophic coverage from policies, which could reduce insurance premiums by 60 to 70%. His second value, government has a responsibility to improve our lives, which is why he will launch a renaissance in funding for public education, raising teacher salaries while making sure that charters and voucher schools have to adhere to the same standard as our public schools. He will ensure every family has access to health care by expanding Medicaid and funding community health centers that can provide primary care regardless of their ability to pay. And the Jolly administration will ensure Florida's government brings back science, math, data, vaccines, and everything that has led to human progress, which is why he'll fire the Surgeon General on day 1. I'd like to do that personally. Third value, Florida must always be a state where everyone's rights are protected and their dignity celebrated, regardless of the color of their skin and who they love or who they worship. That's why Jolly will end the culture wars on day 1. And he won't use government to stop a local community that wants to paint a crosswalk or a mural honoring Black Lives Matter or the LGBT community. In fact, he'll buy you a can of paint. We hope you'll join us by signing up at davidjolly.com, by following David on your favorite social media platforms, and by doing what's within your reach in this election. Do you believe that we can win, that we have a chance? Know that together, all of us can help our neighbors, and the majority of voters believe with us that change can make Florida better. Please join us. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Let's give a shout out to the African American Library, Research Library for hosting us today. And our next speaker is our candidate for senatorial candidate, Miss Angie Nixon. Would you please come to the podium? 3 minutes. So we'll have 3 minutes to introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, y'all. I am State Representative Angie Nixon. Happy to be here with you all. It's a pleasure to be with you all. I am a lifelong Floridian, having been born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I am a wife. I am a mother of 5, and I am also known as the biggest pain in Ron DeSantis' past. And so I hope to become the biggest pain in Donald Trump's as well. And so before I decided to run for United States Senate, I traveled all across the state of Florida, having conversations with folks like James from Central Florida, who is working really, really hard, overtime, overnight, and yet the costs keep rising. He's still struggling today. We're having conversations with folks like Miss D from North Florida, who is about to have to refinance her home, not for a first time, not for a second time, potentially for a third time, because her breast cancer returned and her health insurance has been covering the entire cost of her medical expenses. And then having spoken with parents here in Broward County who are afraid to send their children to school because they're worried about them possibly not coming home and being gunned down by someone who didn't get the resources that they needed, or who was involved by racist bigots in the White House or in the U.S. Senate. Look, y'all, thank you. America is being boldly attacked right now. And this moment, we need bold leaders. That's the solution to the problem, right? And right now, change, I want you all to know, like, change won't happen. We have to make it happen. We have to make change happen. And I know that a lot of folks, there's a lot of political pundits saying things like the Democrats are going to win because Trump is going to win up and down the ballot. It's simply not true. Unless we send bold, unapologetic leadership that is willing to fight for hard-working Floridians in the state. I think it's important to note that timid, status quo, safe leadership right now will not beat Ashley Moody in November. So you all have a choice that you have to make come August in this primary. Again, say it again, because we know come hell or high water, the Republicans are going to come out and vote. So we need candidates who are going to motivate people, who are going to galvanize our base, who are going to energize people who have been sitting on the fence for so long, who have been apathetic. Because again, safe, timid, status quo leadership is not going to beat Ashley Moody come November, regardless of how much establishment money we have. And so I am asking for your support. I am asking for your donations. I am asking for you to join my campaign fight. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Representative Nixon, for coming all the way from Jacksonville to be. Thank you. Our next candidate will be Mr. Alex Van Dam. He's not here yet. Meanwhile, we'd like to ask State Representative Robin Butterman. We are going off schedule. Now we have the time, and she and Mr. Friend, candidate 100, 102, both of them have to be somewhere else, and since we have the free time, let's do that.
Where's the timer? Hi, everybody. I am Robin Bartleman. I am your state representative for District 103. You may remember me. I was your school board member for 16 years. Before that, I was a city commissioner. Before that, I was an assistant principal at Ponciana Park Elementary in Liberty City for all my Miami people. And before that, I was a teacher of students with severe emotional disabilities. So it has been my honor and privilege to serve this community for the last 20 years. And I've proved I had cafeteria workers and janitors and paraprofessionals and teachers who could not afford health insurance for their children. And my mission was to make sure that every child got the health care they deserved, that we were taking care of our climate, that we were taking care of South Florida, and that people without a voice would get one. So 6 years ago, I ran for state house, and you may not have seen me that often out here because I am Southwest Broward. Odd, I think, is my only constituent in the room. It's a purple district, so I spend a lot of time knocking on doors and a lot of time campaigning, because now that I'm in Tallahassee, I realize how important it is to have voices. So when I first got there, I kind of think, how can the state do these things? Who are these people? And then you realize what their value system is, and then you realize who they're representing, and you get up there and you're like, what is going on? Because I felt like I was an alternate reality. So the first thing I did is I learned to work across the aisle. I am a Democrat, and I have passed 17 bills in 6 years. 17, including that bill that I told you brought me to Tallahassee, kid care expansion. That was the most important thing to me, because someone like my sister, who's a single mother, if she takes a raise and gets a penny more, my nephew would have been knocked off kid care. So we increased the eligibility for working families to make sure that they were able to afford health insurance. I passed Mia's law. You may have heard of Mia Marcano. She was the student who was murdered from Flanagan High School when she went to college by a handyman who was a felon and giving a key. And he went into her apartment with that master key and murdered her. She came right here from Pembroke Pines. So I've been able to do so much. But I want to talk, I only have a couple more seconds. So I want to give you guys a charge. The attacks are not over. This session, we created more hurdles for people to vote. We have more stringent ID requirements. We found out in committee that the people it's going to hurt are those people born during Jim Crow who didn't have a birth certificate and had their name written in their family Bible. Those people are going to have a hard time voting. We passed the worst DEI bill ever, the nail in the coffin. We're not even going to be able to celebrate diversity in Broward County. And your elected officials, for attending an event or supporting something, they're going to get removed from office and charged with a felony. We have got to wake up as Broward County, and we need to get our voices heard. You need to know your candidates. Don't get fooled. Go out and vote. Get your friends to go out and vote. You see what's happening. We didn't do one damn thing to lower the cost of housing or your property insurance this session, but we sure did take care of DEI, and we sure did make sure that people weren't going to have access to reproductive rights or have hurdles to vote. That's what's happening up there. So in addition to passing 17 bills, I found my most important job is to be your voice. And by the way, the final nail in the coffin for working families, that union bill will destroy unions this year. So if you are a member of a union, you better vote, because your non-vote will count as a no vote and you will no longer have representation. So wake up, talk to your neighbors, get to the voting booth, and make sure we flip Florida blue. Thank you.
And now we have Mr. Friend, State Representative, candidate for District 102. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Friend. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today, and each and every one of the representatives, senators, all the candidates here that came out to listen to each and every one of us. I want to share this time to give you a little reflection on who I am. I'm a first-generation American that grew up in a multi-generational household. I grew up in a household where my grandparents, my parents, my mother, and my brother and I grew up on Social Security disability insurance. We understand the need to uplift communities that rely on certain safeguards. One thing I am proud of is to see people coming back to our democratic beliefs and our structure of political guidance. I'm starting to see a community where we live in a utopic Democratic Party household here in Broward. I'm starting to see mindset become stronger valued with our direction. I'm starting to see individuals outside of Broward County do the same, because certain areas where we have representation of greater Republicans or MPAs, we need their vote in order to be casted for Democrats to be elected. Giving you a little more foresight on who I am, I learned through this multi-generational home, through this Social Security-driven, secured lifestyle, that education was the promotion to lift myself out of what we consider financial penury, but not familial penury. My family structure was strong. My family structure was tight. And strong families lead to strong communities, which leads to strong districts, strong states, and therefore strong unions. And I think each and every one of us in this forum today live to that same standard. I went on through the path of education to lift myself out of penury. I became a dentist in my home district, where I still practice dentistry. One thing that we have to ensure that we always do is elect individuals that have true investment in the community. I was born in Broward County. I lived my entire life. I came back after dental school, and I built a home with my wife now for 24 years, growing, right here in my district where I am running. I built a dental practice and became a healthcare provider in our district. I became an employer in my district. I became a neighbor, a friend, a coach, a community member, and strong advocate. I asked for your vote on August 18th. I asked for your vote in the primary because our district is a blue district, and a blue candidate will win, thankfully. So you have to make sure it is someone that is invested in our community, that someone has the right acumen, the right background. Go ahead and work those halls at Tallahassee like anticipated. Elect MikeFriend.com. That's ELECT, MikeFriend.com. Please come up, introduce yourself if I haven't already. Thank you so much.
Okay, so next will be the congressional members, but I don't see any congressional members in the room. Oh, hi. Not yet. Okay, so until we go with the congressional members, I would like to invite you all to go outside by the cafeteria. We have pizza and water. Please help yourself. We'll take a 5 minutes break. Thank you.
But while we are at break, we are looking at what's going on over there at the convention center, at the Heritage Library. We have a Professor Joe with us, Engineer Jay. How is it going over there?
Very good. We are in a break right now. We had the representative for the governor's office David Jolly was here. We have different representatives around Florida is here. So we're going to have to see if we're going to have a chance to speak to all of them. Please, let's make everybody understand how important it is to show up right now at the C-Strong. This is the African American Research Library, 2650 C-Strong Boulevard. That's where we are. We're having the forum for all the Democratic candidates on August 18th. We're having the primaries on August 18th, and July 17th is the deadline, or 19th is the deadline to register to vote in that primary election. So, community no supposed to connaît, they're supposed to know, they're supposed to be there, they're supposed to be present, they're supposed to engage, they're supposed to be informed so that we can have control of what's going on in Florida.
Well, as you said, I know the most important is for us to bear in mind, first of all, voter registration, to check our voter registration to make sure that you are registered to vote, meaning that you have to go to Florida for registration that DOS, the Department of State, DOS, the registration that DOS, that Florida, and then once you go there, you can input your name, your first name, your last name, and your date of birth to find out if you're registered to vote. That's number one. Number two, once registered to vote, you have to be ready to get your family registered to vote, your friends, the people from your church, from your workplace, and starting, don't forget the deadline to register to vote is July 17. Now, starting August 8 to August 16, you can vote early. At the same time, when you are registered to vote, you could elect either to vote by mail or vote in person. If you elected to vote by mail, you can vote early by mail, or if you didn't elect to vote by mail, you could go to the polling station during early voting from August 8 to August 16. And the election day is Tuesday, August 18. So keep all those dates in mind, and also especially get the young people motivated. The young people motivated to get out and vote, because they are the future. They are the ones who are going to make the big difference during this election season. Just like during the Obama years, the young people got out and we got Obama elected. We need to do the same thing, because we need to turn Florida blue. And the only way for us to turn Florida blue is for all of us, plus our families, our friends, our church members, our co-workers, and also especially the Gen Z, the young people, to turn out and vote. Roger, I'm very delighted to see that you are here with us, and make sure that your AI is under control. I would like to hear your opinion, because this is a very exciting time. We are having the candidate forum for Broward County. We're going to have a candidate forum for Dade County as well. How do you feel?
I think that is spectacular. That is very special, and because trying to know your candidate that's the reason why the forum is there. It's meeting your candidate, trying to know them. It's important, and we need to come together to see, to convince, to turn Florida blue, because this is more than a quarter century, okay, since Florida has not have a democratic government, legislature, I mean. So right now, you have the opportunity to come out and meet the candidate, know about them, ask them questions, and to make your decision. Because voting, that's the only way you can do things. There is no other way.
I'm sorry to interject, but I think Jay is ready to have Jay is with her candidate. Engineer Jay, are you there? Engineer Jay, it's time for we are listening.
Yes, we have
Hi, my name is
Mr. Mike Frieda with us. He's running for State House District 102. The audio is not really clear for him to hear you very well because there's a lot of noise around us. So please speak slowly for him and a little bit louder so he can enjoy the podcast. So I will let you speak to Mr. Mike Friend. He's already my friend, okay? His last name is Friend and he's already my friend. So please enjoy Mr. Friend with you today.
Okay.
Hi. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me well?
I barely, but I can hear you. There's a lot of noise in the background.
A lot of noise in the
but I
background.
will try my best.
Jay, at any time, Jay, you can take over and ask him the questions. But the first question that I would like to ask you, are you familiar with the issues within the Eastern community?
Look, all communities in our district need proper representation. I come from a multi-generational home where my grandparents, my parents, my brother and I lived under one roof. We are a Jewish community family that grew up on Social Security disability insurance. And I believe that all communities, regardless on where you come from, how you came here, me as a first generation American, I can respect immigrants have built our great nation. We have lifted our communities grander. So when I see the Haitian community that is family oriented, that is goal driven, that are hard workers, that are mind centered in family and community, it makes me proud to be asked to speak on this forum. And I am always here as your state representative, hopefully soon to be elect for District 102.
I don't know, Lois, if you hear Mr. Friend very loud and clear to the studio. Roger, Mr. Friend is running for State House District 102. He's a business owner and he has great ideas on healthcare and he's a local dentist in the community. And in terms of education, his ideas are simple and very direct to the Haitian community. As a public school parent and spouse of a Broward teacher, Mr. Friend champion teachers and students by delivering safer schools and the resources educators need to help every child strive. So I don't know if you have any questions for him, because I cannot hold him for too long. You know that, right?
Mr. Friend.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you in the forum today, and it's a pleasure to have met you. A quick question that I have for you. You mentioned that you pretty much grew up on Social Security disability in the family sector. Okay. Now, how can we think that Social Security is a question that it's questionable whether that thing will continue or not? How can you pretty much clarify us on the Social Security side?
Say it again.
I'm sorry, I'm having hardship here.
Yes.
I heard something about SSDI.
The Social Security, we know that there are so many challenges that Social Security are facing.
So let me explain. I kind of gather the idea. My father was a very stoic man. He didn't ask for handouts, but my father during the Nam era was in the military, and some familial predisposition, but some due to military time, forced my father into a secluded mental health crisis. Brilliant man, but unable to secure his income. And therefore, we grew up on Social Security disability insurance. That didn't limit anyone else's life from being possible. It only allowed my life to have the potential, to have the wherewithal to lift. So we look at this not as a safeguard. We look at this or a safety net. Vulnerable communities, regardless on what their reason is for vulnerability, health, education, we need certain pipelines. We need to ensure that we have access to healthcare, that we have pipelines to proper income securing jobs, that we have affordable and health and access for grander things, maybe even like what I was just describing for my father, mental health concerns. But Social Security disability is different than the actual Social Security generational wise. But Social Security, I do not feel is going anywhere, if that was your question.
You don't feel that it will be there?
I will fight for it until till my last breath. We need safeguards, we need security, and we need, it's not a handout. We have earned this. We have paid into the service. We have paid into the system. This is not a handout, and many people need to understand that as well.
Yeah, we understand that, but there is another aspect of it. The Social Security and Medicare goes pretty much together. Because it's through Social Security, most people will be qualified for Medicare because of the way they work. I mean, the number of credit that they accumulate in Social Security will get them to Medicare also. Can you clarify this as far as the case?
I
apologize. I'm having a hard time. There's so much scattered noise here.
Yeah, there's so much noise here, guys. Maybe I will have to let Mike know for now. And if we do find a better part with less noise,
I have a last question for Mike.
No, there's another. I have another suggestion.
Everybody wants to say
I want to ask him. I want to ask him about his website. Does he have a punch number
Sure.
there?
Sure. Please look me up, and I'll show you right here. Look me up at electmikefriend.com. So I don't know if you can see that. michaelfriend.com. Here is the website, electmikefriend.com.
Okay, I'm going to let everybody know to go to the website that said myfriend.
Thank you so much. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry I couldn't hear everything, but I hope I answered some of the questions and gave you a little bit of guidance on my direction. Okay?
I have another suggestion for Mike.
Yes, sir.
Mike friend, if you can come on our platform, we need that to have you to exchange with you.
Definitely.
Is that something?
Definitely. Thank you, Mike. Okay.
Thank you.
Definitely, he's willing and able to come to the platform, and I will extend the invitation to him to actually come to the studio to be able to participate in a live debate with us. So right here at the C-Stroke, the African American Research Library, there is lots of activity here, lots of candidates here. So people who are living in the neighborhood, the event is from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. If you can show up, if you can come and ask questions to the candidate, that's the best time to do it. If we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for us. Only us as a Asian American community, we are the one to come out and ask questions. And with those questions, we'll find answers and we will know how to vote. We have to stay informed, we have to engage, and we have to vote.
I think this is an opportunity for the people in the community to go out there and inform themselves about those candidates. This is a great opportunity because people usually you don't know, you don't see, you don't have an opportunity to talk to them until the last, until we go to vote. So today, I think it's a great day for them to come out, especially the one in the community that throwing their vote away. They don't know why they're voting, and they should know. They should know what it is. What is it this candidate is representing? What is it that's offering?
He's representing District 102.
District 102.
Mike Friend is running for State House, District 102. His website is electmikefriend.com.
All right.
And I was very happy that I could make it to this event today and be able to broadcast it live on Time Out 360, because these events, we need to be more informed, we need to participate, we need to get involved. I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but I keep on repeating it until everybody hear us out. So by participating, that's when we have a leverage. By participating, that's how people hear our voice and know what we want.
But what I can say about all that is this is the time for our community to come and find out what has our community interest at. Because when you're going to go vote, you need to know who to vote for. It's not like when you come to a booth, okay, you are trying to find out who is this candidate, what does he stand for. This homework has to be done way in advance. So this is why we're having those forums. This is why we're having this one in Broward County. This is why we're going to have one in Dade County for our community to know who is fighting for them.
That's correct, Lou. I think that's a great idea. That's a great thought that you just put out, because some people do not know and they have no idea who to vote for. And sometimes after that, you hear them complaining, this and that. But you have, that's the reason why there's a forum there. And Time Out was 360 is there for that. We are spending pretty much the entire time with them right now, trying to see if we can get the candidate to talk about what they're going to do, what their position, what is it they're going to offer, what is it there for the community. I mean, when I'm talking about the community, I'm not talking only about for the Haitian, because Haitian is integrated into in the community. In the 102, in District 102, there are plenty of Haitian. So we know that. So we need to know, we need to come out and talk to the candidate to find out their position on certain issue. Okay? And we are not here. We cannot let this opportunity pass by. It is today, and it is from 1 to 5. We are on right now 2 hours and 18 minutes, so we still have a lot of time. So you can come out. Okay, don't take that as a saying, oh, I was working. Yes, I know you're working, but you can step out anyway. During lunchtime, you can step out if you want to, if you're interested. If it's something that is of interest to you, you will make the time to do it. And this is something vital. Our vote is vital. Our vote is all we have. If you don't vote, you can't say a word. You got to shut it if you don't vote, because that's why you have to vote. So you can have your voice here. They can hear your voice, know what you want. You can defend your position. Go ahead, Professor Lewis, what do you have?
We need to point out that whatever is happening in Washington, what most important is what's happening locally, because what they say, every election are local. Every election is local. Why? It's because, first of all, this is the accumulation of all our votes that's going to determine who's going to go to Tallahassee and who's going to go to Washington. And we have to understand that more than 1 million votes has been taken out of the voter rolls, meaning that even if you think you are registered to vote, you need to check it out to make sure you are registered to vote. You need to go to registration.dos.fl. Okay, that way you could find out if you are registered to vote or not. This is the Department of State, and the voter registration department, where when you go there, you put your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. It's going to tell you whether you were dropped out of the voter roll or not. If you are still in there, good. If you're not in there, you need to quickly register to vote, because the deadline is about July 17, that the last day to register to vote for the primary election coming up August 18. And early voting is from August 8 to August 16. So you need to hurry up. Especially if you're going to vote by mail, you need to find out if you are registered to vote, and then register yourself to vote by mail as well, if this is what you want.
They got us.
My name is Elijah Malik, running for Congress. And
Well, the podium is back on. We're going to put everybody back to the podium so we can hear what's going on. Roger, we're going to take a pause and pay attention to what's going on the podium.
That's correct.
My home, my neighborhood, where I grew up at. And let me just tell you where I come from and why I'm standing on this stage. 2008 financial crisis comes. Our family loses everything. We're out of the street. We're help service. Living in a car, friend to friend, home to home, sometime on the street. As a kid at the time, I didn't fully understand what was happening. I just understood something wrong was happening in this country. As I began to get older, I began to imagine a world completely different from the one I grew up in. A world where no child, regardless of who they are and what zip code they grew up in, is homeless or without. A family like mine, a single mother. And to all the Black moms here, all the moms in general, but all the Black moms, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Thank you for raising strong, bright young men like myself to be on this stage. I'm running for Congress because something in our country is rotten, and it's at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Our economy is broken. Gas prices are high. No one can afford the rent. No one can afford the food, the groceries in this country. And something has to change about it. And we can continue to send a status quo to Washington, the same people, to show their behinds, or we can send somebody new, somebody bold, to fight the lower healthcare costs, to fight the prescription drug costs, to fight for Medicare for all, to fight to take on the climate crisis, to create jobs, to bring those gas prices down, to make sure communities like mine, the community I grew up in, right here in Sistrunk, is a community that is no longer left behind and ignored. Now, we know Republicans in Tallahassee have tried to wipe our districts off the map with their illegal gerrymander, but I have one message for Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. It won't work. It won't work because our people are going to go out and we're going to vote. We're going to vote in record numbers. We're going to get those vote by mail ballot requests renewed so that we can turn out in record numbers. And if things continue the way it's going right now in this country, this could be our last free and fair election. So I'm asking everybody here today to go to ElijahManley.com to begin to imagine the world, not as it is right now, but as it should be, as tax-paying Americans in this country, paying our money to the government. The government has a contract with the people, and it's the government's obligation right now to take care of its people and in the strength of our late Congressman Alcee Hastings. We are not going to let our voice be taken away or drowned out for Ron DeSantis and the Republicans. So let's go out there and let's continue fighting to make sure we keep our voices heard in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.
Help me welcome Maisha Williams. Maisha used to work for Congressman Alcee Hastings. Come aboard.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming out to the Candidate Forum 2026. As you've been told, I am Maisha Williams, and I am running for Florida Congressional District 20. I am doing this, sorry about that, please. I am doing this because for the past 14 years, I have worked in the office of Florida Congressional District 20, and stories like Elijah Manley's came to my desk every day, every single day. The homeless, the scared, even the raped. I've called 911. I've called 211 from my office. I know the shelter numbers by heart. I'm coming to you because you spoke to me. And in what you said were the policies. There they were. In your complaints and in your fear were the policies I need to affect today for you. So I've been watching. My father passed away April 6th, 2021, 7:27 a.m. And I curled up with him in that bed of his. And I thanked him for his service. And I thanked him for his time. And something happened in that moment. And I knew I needed to come to you and offer my services because he has instilled in me a power to stay in the game, not be distracted. And all I have seen is we'll start pounding on one issue, for example, affordability. Then we get distracted by something. We move over to the distraction and we never come back to what we were pounding on initially. We just move forward. Well, we can't get affordable housing that way. We can't get health care back that way. And I'm very, very concerned about the 11th and 12th graders that call that office and speak to me. And they're telling me, I'm not going to college, Miss Williams. What is there for me? And I have been thinking about you young people in that respect for a very, very long time, because I do understand that not every 11th and high school graduate is going to college, everybody. They're not. So we have to make sure that there is something available for them so they can have quality lives, buy homes and cars, and have families. Just like you used to be able to do in this country without a college degree just 30, 40 years ago. So when you came to me, you gave me through your issues, very painful ones, and I was your last resort, and I know that. And the last thing you wanted to do was share the information that you shared. But I thank you for sharing it, because having it did allow me to produce favorable outcomes for some of you, but not for all of you. And I realized that it was the federal government that was working against you. So I developed policies. And I don't have time today to go into those details, because here comes Mr. Card right now, like, get out the way. So I will stop, but I will encourage you to please go to Williams4, the number 4, congress.org to learn more. I am developing a YouTube page where you can listen to my policy directives in detail all day and all night long as you choose. Thank you again for having me, and enjoy your day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move to the state representatives, and our friend here from Dwayne Benson is going to be our next moderator. So before we do that, I would like to do a shout out to the Haitian American Democratic Club, the Deerfield Beach Democratic Club, the Pompano Democratic Club, and the Black Caucus for organizing this. This is great. But here we are with our chairman. Good timing. So, Mr. Chairman, say hello, everybody. He's not feeling well. He came anyway, but he's not feeling well. So let's not let him speak to that microphone, because other people are going to be here. Thank you for stopping by.
Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I just want to say thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you all. Try not to use that. I'll use my teacher voice. I appreciate you all coming to hear my candidates. To our candidates, thank you all for taking the risk and putting yourself forward, because it's not an easy thing putting yourself before the public like this to be scrutinized. So I want you to give yourselves a hand. You all deserve a round of applause as well for being brave enough to serve this country and your community. For the rest of you from the community, we want to make sure that we're here on an ongoing basis. And this is not a one-off. Please make sure that you come to our DC meetings, come to the community meetings. We want to make sure that our platform is your platform. So with that, I'll turn it over to Chair DI Chair Benson, and we'll see with our program. But thank you very much for your participation today.
Thank you. But before we go, we do have one last congressional candidate, always late. He probably was at some funeral or somewhere with the constituents. So please let's welcome Del Holness for District 20.
Buenas tardes, bonsoir. Good afternoon, Wagwan. Good afternoon, I'm Dale Holness, a true blue Democrat. Yes, proud of it. Been serving this community for many, many years. In fact, I've resided in District 20 for 51 years. I know this community, I've lived this community. I went to school here. My children and even my grandchildren were born right here in District 20. We have a lot of work to do, Democrats. We have a serious issue facing our nation, affordability. 50% of Florida's residents live paycheck to paycheck or in poverty. That's a big problem. And who's affected most greatly? Young families with children. In fact, this state, this county has one of the highest level of child poverty in our nation. Our seniors are living paycheck to paycheck and they're struggling. The cost of insurance has gone too high. Gas prices gone crazy. I was paying $40-something to fill my tank up. Now I'm paying almost $80. We must focus on working families. We must expand the middle class, not contracted as we've done over the past few years. We cannot afford to give a tax cut of $1 trillion to the wealthiest Americans while we take away SNAP, food stamp from the poorest of Americans. We cannot continue to cut back in Medicare, to not expand Medicaid. People need health insurance in order for them to live securely. We're in a global economy. We are competing with the world. It means we must invest in our future, our children. Most importantly, early childhood education, childcare is far too expensive for too many families. We must bring solutions to these issues. And I'll tell you this, as a county commissioner, as a mayor of Broward County, especially at the height of the biggest crisis that the world saw in over 100 years, the COVID crisis, I work together with our leaders, with our community partners, to bring people together to bring the solutions that are necessary. I'm the guy who have the experience and understanding as to how we bring people together to solve the problem that we face. I have the lived experience. Thank you so much. Democrats, let's go for the fight. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we're going to be moving on to our state representatives. I do want to say once again, thank you to Arlick for hosting this great event through the Democratic Executive Committee. And also, this is my home. I am the vice president of the first vice president of the Friends of Arlick. So please come back here and enjoy many of the programs that we have here. Our home. This is all our home. This is a safe harbor. So with all the things that the politicians here, the candidates are saying today, keep in mind that there's things coming up on the referendum that will cause some of our libraries and some of our amenities that we're so used to enjoying, our parks, are at risk with this state tax. Just keep that in mind. So moving on, I'm going to ask that our state representatives come forward. Okay. All right. Yep. Oh, so we're not sure what district. You want to come up and say a couple things? All right. We're making room for folks to kind of make it way through. So thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon, Democrats. My name's Oliver Larkin. I grew up right here in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm a Democratic candidate for Congress here in Broward County. I'm a union organizer. In 2016, I went to New Hampshire to organized for the Bernie Sanders campaign, traveled the country. And when that campaign was over, I went to the digital agency and unionized it with the Communication Workers of America, standing up for union rights, workers' rights, and labor power to make sure that the Democratic Party stands by what it says, building the American dream that we believe in for every single American. And for the past 10 years, I've been a progressive organizer. In 2018, when New Florida Majority and the Florida Rights Restoration Court restored voting rights over 1 million with amendment, we were part of that campaign. I've been on the ground organizing in the background, but this moment, in this historical moment, we need people that stand up and are willing to do more. We are in a crisis of our democracy. We are suffering from the cost of living, and we need people that are going to stand up for the American dream. That's why I'm not taking a dime of corporate PAC money on this campaign. It's why I'm organizing to win Medicare for all, a $25 minimum wage, a Green New Deal, universal health care, child care, paid family and medical leave, the things we deserve to get by with affordable housing in South Florida so that we can all survive and thrive in this economy. That is what we deserve. And we're in a crisis of democracy where Florida is at the epicenter of the attack on voting rights, following this Louisiana v. Calais Supreme Court decision that is eroding Black political representation across our state in coordination with Ron DeSantis and the Florida Republican Party. We need candidates that are going to step up, help win these tough districts in South Florida, and flip the House of Representatives and elect candidates like Angie Nixon to the United States Senate so that we can not only take back the House, but we can take back the Senate, and we can put a check on Donald Trump so that we can fight for our people, for our rights, for our economic standard of living, not the corrupt billionaire and corporate class that has bought off not only Republican candidates, but far too many Democrats. We need to stand up and organize for the working class base of our party. That is what I'm here to do, and I'm so proud to be here as a first-time candidate, but a long-time organizer. We need people in there who believe in the possibility of South Florida, that the South is going to be where we fight back against this erosion of our voting rights, this Jim Crow 2.0. We can put a stop to it. It starts here. It starts in Florida. It starts in Tennessee and Alabama and Georgia and Louisiana and South Carolina. This is where the fight is, and I'm proud to be in it with you in solidarity as a labor organizer, a team of labor organizers. We are standing up for the American dream, and I hope to have your support in this race. Thank you all so much for the moment to be here.
So the question is coming up with district. It's not certain yet because of the changes, but it was stated for 22. So we're moving on now to state representatives. Keith Abel, District 98.
Wait a minute, they ain't telling me that. Okay, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out here today. I am Keith Abel, and I'm running for District 98. I am a veteran of 30 years in the United States Army. When I raised my hand, I say this is what I would defend this country. And now that I have got out of the Army, and I still keep on serving. So this is not just something I'm just doing, just to do for 5 years, 6 years, but I've been doing this since 18 years of age. I fought hard for this country. Through war, Desert Storm, and Iraq freedom. I believe that change starts with us. We made the saying that says boots on the ground, and I'm doing that right now. I'm doing that right now in the communities. I'm being present. We don't want people who want to come into office and say that they're not present. It's more than just sitting in Tallahassee. It's about taking care of the community. I'm fighting for workforce houses. I'm fighting for teachers. I'm fighting for better education. Because you know what? My mother inspired me and she pushed me to go on for my master's degree. So I understand that each child, each adult, and each everyone deserve a good education. And it's what you do with it that makes it happen. Also, too, looking at home. I'm fighting for low-end home insurance. And I'll just tell you one thing here before I really go on there. I stayed in the HOA. Matter of fact, I was a member of the HOA. And there was a proposed bill that went in the House, HB 657. My opponent voted yes for it, but they thought it was a good idea. So what happens is that when you get rid of that HOA or the resident get rid of it, who take care of the lawn? Who take care of the common area? Who take care of everything? So we're left out there at been on our own. So this is the type of leadership that we're looking at. We want somebody to go and understand how it is to be in an HOA, to be in a condo, and be and have lower home insurance. That's what I'm fighting for, and I'm gonna keep fighting for that, ladies and gentlemen. So what I want you to understand is that leadership is not just a title. It's about movement and action. And that's when I go to Tallahassee. That's what I'm gonna keep on doing, moving in action and representing you all. If you want to know more information about Keep Able, you want to go to ableforflorida.com. I don't want to waste your time and tell you a whole lot. I might be in the audience that you can speak to me as well. But I'm just want to take this time to show you that I am Keith Able, and I'm running for District 98, a veteran and a advocator for justice. Thank you.
District 100, James Chamberlain Renner. Michael Terrence Ferguson, are you here? Okay. District 100. Yes. Right. Thank you. Come on. You're up.
All right.
You got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. All right, friends, countrymen, Democrats, lend me your ears because this race for Florida House District 100 is the spear point in the fight to break the Republican supermajority in Tallahassee. A supermajority that for years has been attacking our Constitution through gerrymandering, attacking our freedoms, attacking home rule in this state, and focusing more on culture war nonsense issues than the issues that actually matter. Issues like keeping the American dream alive, protecting our environment, our freedoms, and our community. Now, many of you may not know me yet. I apologize for not wearing a suit, but I've been out in the hot sun, knocking doors and getting petitions to get on the ballot. But I want you to know in a very real way, I've already represented everyone here in this room today. Because when I was a captain and prosecutor in the United States Air Force, I stood up in courtrooms across the world, from Alaska to Europe to the Middle East. And I started the same way every single time. I'm Captain Michael Terrence Ferguson, and I represent the United States of America. And when I stood in those courtrooms, I represented all of you to see justice for survivors of sexual assault, domestic violence, and for families of homicide victims. And I returned home to become a civil trial lawyer. Time in service ended, representing individuals who've been harmed by corrupt corporations who put profit before people. And when I came home, a lot of things have changed. I saw a community more divided than ever. I saw my own personal dreams raising a family in Florida by the sea, where I was raised, become completely unaffordable. And I saw the very values and freedoms I swore an oath to protect under attack in this state. So I decided to step forward, be a voice of a new generation of leadership in this state. Leadership based on simple principles like service before self, integrity before ideology, and representation that trades the chaos and division of today's politics for common sense, for compassion, and courage to fight for what is right. And look, this is about more than one seat. This is about Broward County coming together and doing what we can to turn Broward blue from the Everglades to the ocean. Because once we flip this seat, we will start chipping away at that supermajority. And whoever is our nominee for governor, they're going to win, and they're going to need some warriors in the legislature. They're going to push their agenda, and I will be that warrior for you. So come join me next Saturday. We'll be knocking doors, making calls, and we're going to flip this seat blue. Thank you.
Okay, we are moving on to District 102. Jaden, the owner Furio. Oh, here you go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jaden D'Onofrio. I am a Democratic candidate for State House, District 102. I'm fired up. I mean, look, we have so much work to do in this state. The main thing that I think about when it comes to Florida is that we've had Republican domination for 30 years straight in this state. And we haven't changed the formula, not one bit, for these past 30 years to fight back on that. We have a property insurance crisis where every single day our seniors who are on fixed incomes can't deal with that rise in property insurance. We have an auto insurance crisis where we're ranked dead last in the nation on our auto insurance rates. And our public education system is crumbling because they're draining billions of dollars from our public education system every single year to support private schools and charter schools. And that comes at the cost of us. It comes at the cost of kids like me
back,
who went
Roger.
to public school. I grew up in Davie. I've lived here almost all my life.
Is very
I'm
interesting
tired of what we got going on.
And these people are very, very motivated, very fired up, because as we know, our goal is to turn Florida blue. And to turn Florida blue, we have to be very engaged in what we are doing. So, being engaged means registering to vote, register to vote by mail, and also get out the vote on election day, go to early voting from August 8th to August 18th. And we have a lot of interesting candidates that we have to talk to today. So I don't know your take on it for over what has been going on in this forum so far. That will be good for you to, yes?
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My AI is working. I was saying, I think this is going very well because that's the reason why we have the forum, for them to present themselves and give them their ideas, actually, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. Maybe not in detail, but at least you can see some of them are very excited to be here. And we are also very excited to be able to bring that to Time 360, to bring you up on that podium, on that platform, and talk to you about what's going on. Hello
and
there.
we have a candidate that's really super excited. That for sure is going to help us turn Florida blue. We have to say good afternoon. How you doing? Engineer J, can you please put the volume up, because we can see her talking, saying a lot of good words, because I know how to read lips, but our viewers.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
I am United States Senate candidate and current Florida State Representative Angie Nixon. I'm super excited. I am born and raised in Jacksonville. I am a fighter. I'm a union organizer, a community organizer, but I'm happy to be on your show today.
Yes, I know that you are running for office. Can you tell us what will really encourage a voter to vote for you instead of for your opponent?
It went out. 1 second, y'all.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Can I hear them? No, I can't hear them. Can we take it up? Yeah, just speakerphone.
Okay, let me repeat my question.
Oh, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Why will a voter vote for you instead of for your opponent?
Yeah, for sure. So the reason that the voters should vote for me is I am someone who has been fighting on the front lines for the past 6 years as a state lawmaker in the state of Florida. And not only that, but right now we need to send unapologetic, bold leadership to Tallahassee. I have actually been doing that already, right? So I've been able to stop major grocery store chains from price gouging. I've been able to expand access to quality, affordable childcare. And if we want to, in fact, turn Florida blue, we need to send people to Washington, D.C. and actually elect folks in the primary who's going to motivate and galvanize folks. I'm not sure if you all have seen, but last week when the when the state of Florida illegally and unconstitutionally drew was able to help disrupt those proceedings. I had on a pink outfit and a pink bullhorn, and I was yelling because right now our democracy in America is falling. And so I couldn't sit idly by as they try to remove Black representation and remove our voice from being able to have a say in what we want and who we want to elect. And so if you want someone who is going to work hard to ensure that folks have access to quality health care, if you want someone who is going to ensure that we have access to early childhood education and good quality public schools, who's willing to get big money out of politics and make sure the politics is returned back to the people, then folks will vote for me for United States Senate.
Now, my name is Roger Pierre, and I think you are Miss Angie. Is that your name, Angie?
Yes, my name is Angie Nixon.
Okay, Miss Angie. Listen, our democracy has changed into a selective type situation. Okay. Now, I know you guys are trying to do your best to see how you can change it. But what is it you are going to do about the redistricting? I mean, how can you guys stop this governor to continue with what he's doing?
Right, right. So I think it's important to note that the governor right now, he is a lame duck governor. And so he is going to be out of office come November, right? So it's going to be important for us to elect someone who actually is willing to put forth a platform for the people. It's also important to start electing candidates who believe in collaborative co-governance. What I mean by that is folks who are willing to actually work with the people in developing a platform and a people's agenda that the people actually want. Right now, y'all, we have politicians in office who are bought and paid for by corporations, right? Rich, greedy, corrupt corporations and billionaires that are padding the campaign coffers of elected officials who are pushing policies to do things like cut the minimum wage in the state from 15, trying to cut it to 7.25 an hour. Like that's literally what's happening. We also have these politicians that are pushing back the age of Social Security constantly, right? And that is because their campaign donors want people to continue to work for low wages, right? And to be reliant upon these corporations and companies to take care of their health care, which is why I am supporting Medicare for all. I don't believe that someone's health and life should be tied to whether or not somebody wants to keep them employed or wants to fire them. And that's what is happening right now in our country. And for people who are going to say things like, we don't know how we're going to pay for all of that, I know how we're going to pay for all of that. We're going to not go into senseless wars that no one asked for. They're spending nearly $2 billion a day, right, of our taxpayer dollars. We're also going to make sure that we are taxing billionaires and making them pay their fair share and closing corporate loopholes, tax loopholes. I don't know if you all know, but 88 corporations last year made over $105 billion. They paid zero in federal taxes. They pay zero in federal taxes. That money could have helped us with infrastructure projects. That money could have helped us drive down cost of prescription drugs for seniors or for people who had asthma, right? Like that money could go towards addressing the needs and issues and concerns of the people. But instead, it just went to shareholders that ain't you and I, right? Shareholders that oftentimes are already rich. And so if we want something different, we have to start electing people who really care about people, and we got to do stuff different.
Miss Angie, which district does you represent, please?
So I'm currently in I'm the state house representative for House District 13, but I am running for United States Senate, which is a statewide election. So everyone in the state can vote for me. I am a Democrat, so we have a primary. I have a primary opponent, and I need everyone to come out to vote for me in August of this year. And folks can learn more about me at angienixon.com, ANGIENIXON.com. Look, y'all, I am not a part of the establishment. As I stated earlier, I'm a union organizer. I'm a community organizer. I come from the people. I've led a large statewide organization that has fought alongside folks trying to ensure that Haitians keep their TPS status, that Venezuelans keep their TPS, all the folks who are being harmed across out of our country who came here for a good quality of life, making sure that they aren't being targeted here in America or being sent back simply because we have a bigoted president in office, right? And so if folks look me up, they'll see what I've been standing for. I've been working here in the state of Florida for the past nearly 2 decades, but I am a lifelong Floridian. And I really believe that we all deserve the opportunity to be healthy, to be prosperous, to be safe, to experience joy and rest, y'all. And I know that our country, like, it doesn't have to be this way right now, and it can change. But we have to start sending everyday hardworking people to Washington, D.C. to help determine what our economies look like and what our communities look like. And if we do that, we'll have an America for all.
I'm very pleased to see the excitement in your voice. You are very excited, and I am sure that Professor Lewis probably have a question for you. Professor
I
Lewis,
agree
go ahead.
with you 100%, and you have a great ideas, great platform. But two things. On one hand, we have affordability crisis going on right now. Gas prices are through the roof. But if you notice, the big gas companies, like they are making a killing in their profit.
Yeah.
So what I think you'll be running in the seat that was occupied previously by Marco Rubio.
Correct.
Marco Rubio didn't do much for our community, for the Haitian community. Are you going to fight the big corporations? Because while we are suffering under the gas prices, they are making incredible profit.
Right.
So are you going to fight for us, the small people?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I think it's really important to note that it's really tough to fight for the people and fight against big corporations if you accept money from them. So number one, I'm not accepting corporate PAC money. So let me be clear about that. I'm only accepting money from people and organizations that represent hardworking people across our state, right? Number two, it's really going to be important for us to get we can't keep propping up big oil. We cannot keep allowing them to have subsidies, giving them subsidies and kickbacks, right? We have to stop that. We need to make sure that they are paying when they are polluting, right? And like, we really got to find them, right? And we need to make sure that we are looking towards offering subsidies for renewable energy, right? Like really trying to get us from being dependent upon big oil. So those are a few of the things, right? And in regards to standing up and fighting for the Haitian community, I just have to say like that I would ask everyone to just kind of look at my track record and how I've always shown up for the community, even when it's not popular, even when it's not politically expedient for me, because I don't like bullies. bullies, right? Like I don't like bullies because unfortunately I grew up in a household that was riddled with domestic violence and bullies, right? And so I told myself back then that I would always stand up to a bully. And so I stand in solidarity with members of the Haitian community. And whatever it is that they need, I know that I have previously sent letters. I know when there was a threat in regards to like ending ending TPS status and everything. I stood in solidarity. I sent letters and all the things. And so what I can offer up is like my voice, being loud and vocal about it. Also, we need to build a coalition of folks, right? We need to make sure that we are pulling people in to be accomplices in this fight. We can no longer just have passive allies. We need people who are willing to stand up and speak out, right? And push back boldly and unapologetically for all people, including those Haitian Americans.
I really appreciate that you're taking your time to come on our platform and talk. But I would like to invite you again, if you don't mind that, because I think it's you've got some good points there. You can get across people. So we would like to invite you, and if anytime you want to, please let us know, because you do. I'm sure that you are with Engineer Jean Louis, who is pretty much part of the platform. So he will give you the connection, the all the direction how to connect with us, so we can put you up there, because you need to go and help us turn Florida, not only turn Florida blue, but
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you all so much for having me. I really appreciate you.
Thank you there.
All right. Bye.
Good one. Louis. Prof. Louis. Please work on your AI.
I guess we are right now being relayed by 9:80 a.m. in West Palm Beach, and we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. So can you kind of recap what has been going on over the past couple of hours for our listeners and viewers?
Well, actually, we have seen so many candidates, and for example, one that touched me. I mean, not when I'm saying touching me, one that I'm familiar with the name, not only the name, seen him in the past, is Dave Holness. It's Dale Holness. He's been around there for 51 years, as he said. He's been around there in District 20. And District 20 is a district that we are very familiar with. And I'm not going to get into any detail about District 20. And also, we have had Mike Fan, who is now District 102, the State House, District 102. And Mike Fan actually says something that is very touching. Having brought up in the family where they were dependable on Social Security disability because of a problem with his dad, and he became a dentist, which is that tells you the kind of character, the people that you have. They are great candidates that are going to go out there, and we should have a good representative that could take us not only turning Florida blue, but also representing us down in up in Washington D.C. I think they're doing a good job. I think that's a great forum. But unfortunately, as I said, not too many people, not too many Haitian, I would say, quote unquote, not too many of us come out. And I think they are either not, they weren't aware of it, but we said it on the radio all the time. We said it online. And people should be out there actually meeting them, talking to them, and to see what's going on, or to understand what's going on. And you cannot go vote for someone if you don't know what that person represents as a person itself, his character, because talking to someone that can tell you, there's one thing that is always there for you. It's a vibration between you and another person. You can vibrate, you can see if you connect. If you connect to that person and he tells you, hey, this is what I'm happening, this is what I'm going to work for the community. Look at Angie. This lady that was just with you, Miss Angie Nixon. I mean, this lady is taking you talking about the TPS, how he's going to fight, how he had fought for TPS and send letters and everything and things like this for not only the Haitian, because TPS is not only for Haitian. I mean, we know the type of impact that has on our community. People that lose their business, people that lose their work, their job because of TPS, that lose their houses. That we know, but it's not only Haiti. It's not only Haitian that touch. That touch a lot of other people. Okay.
I have the impression that Professor J is has a few words to add, especially for our radio listeners. Let's see if he is ready to have us speak to another candidate. Engineer J, I don't know if you're ready to talk to another candidate right now. If you have another candidate with you at the candidate forum at the African American Library in Fort Lauderdale. Engineer J, I saw him I saw you with Dale on Ness. I don't know what happened, and Dale is working by. Is he coming to us? Engineer J? Engineer J, can you hear us? Are you with us, Engineer J? Can you hear us? Good. I cannot hear you. Can you please?
Much more to plan for the start as a total. Good afternoon, Mr. Dale Holness. Dale Holness, Mayor of Broward County, now candidate for Congressional District 20 here in the state of Florida. I'm here this afternoon talking to people, talking to a community about how we move forward as a nation. The biggest issue we face today is a crisis of affordability. Too many families are working, and sometimes 2 and 3 jobs, and still not able to make ends meet. In fact, the Alice report done by the United Way nonprofit organization shows that in the state of Florida, 13% of the people live in poverty. That's less than $16,000 per year for an individual. Also, it shows that the balance of 34% live paycheck to paycheck. That's almost 50% of the people trying to make ends meet every month. And yet, we saw a $1 trillion tax cut to the wealthiest Americans. We saw the administration reduce Medicare for seniors, for the neediest of our people. We see them cut back at the SNAP program, the food stamp program that feeds families with children and our seniors who are on fixed income. That's a disgrace. It is a shame that as a nation like ours, with the wealth that we have, that we would allow for that kind of stuff to happen to our people. The working families are building the wealth of this nation, and yet they're not reaping the benefits of it. We should change that. We must change that. And that's why I'm running, to ensure that we change the trajectory of what's going on in our nation with our cost, with affordability. Gas prices have almost doubled in recent times. How can we live like that? How can our nation allow this to happen? I served as Broward County's mayor during the greatest crisis we've seen in 100 years. That's the COVID crisis. I worked to bring people together to take on that issue. And we were successful in reducing the number of potential deaths that we could have, having a lower death rate in Broward than we did in Palm Beach or in Miami-Dade per 1,000 of our population. I brought our community together. I brought leadership together. I brought our scientists together. I brought business leaders together. I brought our hospital people together to make sure that we were doing what was right. We put the measures in place to help our families. And that's the kind of work you can expect me to continue to do should you send me to the United States Congress. I've lived in this district for 51 years. I went to school here. I've worked here. I've been an elected public servant for the people for all of almost 20 years. I understand the needs. I know what's happening here in Broward County. We have an immigration issue that this administration has brought about, where we're brutalizing people, where we're killing Americans. And yes, we need the immigrants. Because guess what? Who's picking the corn? Who's planting the strawberries? Mostly immigrants. Most Americans won't do that. So your food cost is going to go up if we don't allow for something to happen with that. And what we should do is do what was proposed when Obama was in office and Marco Rubio was in the Senate. And that's immigration reform, comprehensive immigration reform that would change things. It would grow economy by $1.7 trillion. That means every American, every single American, no matter your race, your creed, your religion, would benefit from that. Because if we grow our economy by 1.7 trillion, guess what? Everybody benefits from lifting our economy. We must do what we need to do to put Democrats in office. Democrats who will fight for what's right. Democrats who will stand up and help other Democrats get elected, because we need 218 seats in the US Congress in order to make Hakeem Jeffries or Speaker of the House. We can push back on what this administration is doing should we take the US Congress. And it's within our reach if we fight for it. But we won't get there if we don't. We must be prepared to do the extra work. And everyone ought to be voting. Every vote counts. In 2021, I came 5 votes short of being a member of the Congress. Now
I've got a question for
we
you.
must fight to ensure that we're doing what needs to be done. You can find me at wholenessforcongress.com. HOLNESSFORCONGRESS.com. Wholenessforcongress.com. Easy way to remember my name. Holiness without the I. Wholenessforcongress.com is where you find me. We have a lot of work to be done. We have a situation where we must look at Haiti, look at what's happened there, and repay the debt that we owe them. They help us to win our independence during the war for independence. In Savannah, Haitian forces rescued American forces from certain defeat. We got 1/3 of our country, the Louisiana lands, that stretches from Louisiana all the way up to Idaho, for 15 cents per acre after the Haitian people shed their blood to defeat Napoleon. There's a lot that we must do to help the country of Haiti. They're right here. The people from Haiti are here. We ought not be ending TPS. What kind of craziness is that? Send folks back to a place where we're telling Americans don't go, where we're saying it's dangerous? That doesn't seem right at all. This administration must go. We must change things. We must deliver for the people, for ordinary people, and we must do it now. Now is the time for us to organize, to orchestrate. We have families who have children that can't afford early childhood education, can't afford daycare. They have to leave their work to stay home to take care of the kid. That doesn't make any sense in a wealthy nation like this. We must build for the future. We must invest in our most important capital, our people, and start at an early age and help them with early childhood education. The science shows that if we help our young people at the earliest age to get an education, to get a head start, we build stronger, better communities. We must upskill our workers by ensuring that they have vocational training tools available to them. We should be giving every American who needs it 2 years of college for free, minimum to age, 2 years. It should be at least 4 years, but we can start with 2 years. We must cut taxes on the middle class and ensure that the wealthiest pay their fair share. That's the right thing to do. That's the just thing to do. We must reform our criminal justice system. We can't be the nation that is supposed to be the most progressive, most prosperous, and have too many of our people not being productive in jail. There's a lot of work to do. Wholenessforcongress.com is where you'll find me. Thank you. Merci un peu. That's a question.
If it wasn't for us, if it wasn't, you said the right thing. If it wasn't for us, the word of liberty wouldn't be common. The word liberty wouldn't be known, because we were the one that put that word up front because of our revolution. That's great. But a question that I have for you right now. The project 2025 was the project that the Republican runs on. Was the Iran war was part of the project or affordability? I thought they were going to try to make things affordable for people, but I didn't see that. I saw in lieu of that, I saw a war that's going on. What do you think about that? Can't.
They told a lie.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. They just used that as propaganda to fool people into voting for them. They didn't care about that. What did they do the first thing they got in office? $1 trillion tax cut to the wealthiest Americans. What does that have to do with affordability? Nothing. And in that same line, what did they do? They cut Medicare. They cut back on food stamps, SNAPs. They did nothing to help the American people reduce the cost. What they did with this war is drive the cost up every which way you can think about it. These Republicans are clever. I'll give that to them. They're clever in fooling people into believing that they care for them. They don't. They care about the wealthiest Americans, and they need to be put out of office. And they need to be put out of office now. I'm the fighter who will help you get there to ensure we change this.
Mr. Lewis, do you have a question for Mr. Holness?
Yes.
Professor Lewis, do you have a question for Mr. Holness?
Your mic. Put your mic on.
Simply, you are talking about affordability. You were talking about gas prices. We noticed that the regular people, they are being crushed by the prices of gas, that, as you said, almost doubles since the Iran war started. But on the other hand, we noticed that the big gas company, the big oil company, they are making a killing.
Record profits.
Record profit. How do you see yourself stopping that kind of nonsense?
It is unfair. And we have rules that says if in a crisis you charge too much, we can stop you from doing so. And that's what should be done now. When you have an emergency situation, you shouldn't be price gouging. And this is exactly what's going on. They're price gouging the American people because there's a crisis. What they're selling gas for today, the difference is not there. They shouldn't be charging us so much money. But we have an administration in Washington, D.C. that doesn't look at that because guess what? They're buying those stocks. Their friends own those companies. They are the wealthiest, and they don't mind enriching the wealthiest at the expense of the poorest. That is so shameful. And then here's something else. Gas prices went up a little bit, not as much as it did now during the COVID crisis. And guess what DeSantis did? He reduced the taxes on that so that people could have more money. Why is he doing it now? He should be doing that right now to ensure that there's some relief for the people of Florida. He can't do that. It's within his power to reduce the taxes that's charged on gasoline prices so that it can come down at least a tidbit. It won't be enough, but at least there'll be some relief, even if it's slight relief. You need Democrats in Washington, D.C. to push back on these unfair, unjust, unreasonable policies that this administration has put in place and is allowed to occur.
But do you mean that the prices that we are paying at the pump is not justified by what's going on, by the work that's going on? But when you look at the economic situation in general, whether SNAP being cut off, whether it is Medicare, Medicaid, child care, all kind of programs being cut off, we think that the general discontent is there. This is the time for us to turn Florida blue because so many people are discontent. Are we going to have a good slate of electors that could help Hakeem Jeffrey become Speaker of the House, and also on the other hand, in Tallahassee we have a supermajority. How do you see us organizing ourselves to make a difference during this election season?
First, let me tell you this, that if you look at all the special elections that have been held since Trump got into office and the people realized how they were fooled by him, you can see certainly that people have changed their minds on supporting him. So what you find is that there's a swing away from the Republican Party, sometimes as much as 37% that have said, okay, enough is enough. So the people are ready. The candidates are coming to the fore. Look for the candidates who have been in the fight, who knows how to fight, who cares about you. And we can flip Florida blue. We can take the U.S. Congress away from Johnson and give it to Hakeem Jeffries, where we will have pushback on this administration and hold them to account for these policies that they are putting in place that is against the best interests of the American people and only in the interest of a very few wealthy Americans. Trump is making more money than ever before. His kids are making more money than ever before because they're using the system to enrich themselves and their friends. We must change that. There's no reason why we're taking food stamps, SNAP, away from young families. That's who benefit from it, people with children and seniors who earn fixed income. I think it's criminal for them to have done that, what they've done with this, what they call big, beautiful. It's a big, ugly, nasty bill that they passed, that they've perpetuated a fraud on the American people by telling them it's a big, beautiful thing. There's no beauty in it. It's all ugly for the American people. We must, and our people must understand that, and every vote counts. You've got to make sure not only you go and vote, make sure your family go and vote, make sure your friends go and vote, make sure your co-workers go and vote. You must now be on the campaign trail to change what has occurred to us over these last 2 years under this administration.
Mr. Holness, thank you for taking the time to come on our platform to talk to us. And I'm sure you're coming back because, this is just amazing. We are waiting for you. We'll be pleased to have you. And anytime you can talk to the engineer J. Jean-Louis, which is the president of the AHC. So thank you very much.
Appeal. Vote. Holness.
Okay, we will. Thank you. All right. Good one. Thanks.
Right.
With the energy that I like.
I welcome you to me and
thank you. Everybody is setting up. So we are going to go to the stage right now and see and listen to more candidates.
To continue on with District 6, we have Robert Fernandez III.
Thank you. All right. We got to fight. We have to fight. These people are nasty.
Unfortunately, he had a previous commitment to not be here today, but he did want you to get to know him a little bit better, and he thought the best way is to have and I've also been a friend of him for 10 years. So just give you a quick rundown of who he is, and so next time you meet him, you can say you must be Roberto Fernandez III. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I was trying to use teacher voice, but I guess I've been out of the classroom too long. So good afternoon. My name is Josette Burns, and I'm here representing my close friend Roberto Fernandez III for School Board District 6. He unfortunately, like I said to you, could not make it here today. He had a prior commitment, and when I was thinking about it, commitment is probably the best word that you can use for Roberto. He's had a commitment to education, a commitment to community, and a commitment to country. In education, he's been a teacher for 21 years, a high school history teacher, a coach, an advisor. He's taught at Boyd Anderson, Plantation, and Monarch High Schools, and now he serves on the school board as a team member of the School Culture and Student Support Department. There he works on policies and that deal with school climate and discipline. And he's responsible for a $100,000 budget
from local, state, and federal agencies. He has a great passion for education and most specifically for helping students. Roberto's community work, he works with several different organizations, just to name a few: the Scouts, Broward County Urban Wilderness Board, Fort Lauderdale Historical Society, Oceans 4, and the Woodlawn Cemetery Project. The Woodlawn Project was funded by a grant from Broward College for Martin Luther King Day of Service. Not only did the project help clean the cemetery, but it also taught students that their local history and how to serve their community. The students became incredibly invested, and the success was well documented through numerous news organizations. Finally, his commitment to his country has guided Roberto's passion for service all around. He served in the U.S. Army as a member of the Civil Affairs Unit in the Horn of Africa. During his service, he earned a Joint Service Commendation Medal, among many other awards. His military experience helped him develop skills, working across agencies, institutions, plus coordinating with different stakeholders. All of these have given Roberto the necessary skills to be a successful school board member. He is dedicated to serving all our students, their parents, and teachers. He's a parent of 2 girls attending Broward County schools. Roberto is not about business as usual, but about changing the system for all, for students, for parents, and for teachers. So excuse me. So all of us be proud to be part of the Broward County school system. School boards need people who understand how schools actually function and how the system works. The community needs someone who listens to the needs of the students, of parents, and teachers. Roberto is someone who listens and someone who will be focused on what works well for schools. When voting, please consider my friend Roberto Fernandez III for the school board for District 6. He is endorsed once again by numerous individuals in the community. And if you want to learn more about him and who has endorsed him, you can go to electroberto2026.com. And most importantly, please get yourself and your neighbors and everyone else to come out and vote in August. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move to anyone here for District 7 School Board. All right, our last district, District 8. Sonia Azim. Sonia Azim, School Board, District 8.
I don't have my glasses on, so I'm gonna have a hard time seeing that 3 minutes. All right, I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Hi, thank you. My name is Sonia Azim. I'm running for Broward County School Board, District 8, the at-large seat. That means all of you in Broward County, your friends, your family, everybody can vote for me, right? It's an at-large seat. So people have said, why are you running? You must be crazy. A little bit, not completely, but a little bit. And I was a special education teacher and director for 14 years. I still work within Broward County schools, and making change from the inside out is very, very difficult. But more than anything, I'm a mom. I have a daughter that graduated from South Broward in 2023, and I have a senior this year, but I'm not ready for that. Moving on. And I said that I could not sleep unless I tried to do something to make a difference. What I'm seeing in the school board right now is we're having an extremely difficult time with transparency and accountability. Now, 5 years old in kindergarten, we learn to take accountability for our actions, right? You learn that if you make a mistake, do what? Own up to it. Learn from it and don't make the same mistake again. But we're not seeing a lot of that with our school board right now. The transparency, also, sometimes decisions are made and then they're brought before us, and they maybe should be made in the midst of us or with more of our input, because if we're going to say we serve the community, then we need to serve the community and get the community input when decisions are made. We have an equitability crisis. Nicole spoke about it earlier. We have an equitability crisis. Makai spoke about it earlier. Your zip code should not determine if your roof leaks. It shouldn't determine if your floors are flooded. All of our schools are not funded the same. Buildings, facilities are not funded the same. And that's not okay. So if we're going to say that we put all students first, then we need to put all students first, regardless of what their zip code is. Our teacher pay is dead last in Broward County in the state of Florida for 3 years in a row. We have teachers that are sleeping in cars, sleeping in hotels, sleeping with their friends and families' houses because they can't afford a livable wage. We have got to try to make some differences for that. And all of these things that I said mean nothing if we don't have a safe school, if we don't have safe practices, if we don't have training for people to know how to respond in incidents. It may not be praying that it would never be an incident like what happened in Parkland, but we have to be prepared for everything. So we need to make sure that people are trained, that they are ready, and that they know how to respond. And we need to do everything we can to mitigate the harm before it comes and make sure that our schools are safe. Again, my name is Sonia Azim, running for School Board District 8, the at-large seat. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll just call teacher voice. You can find me at Sonia with the J, that's what it is, SoniaForOurSchools.com. SoniaForOurSchools.com.
Okay. We just wrapped up school board and we're going to move on to, oh, wait, we have district, we have another? Oh, okay, come on up. Oh, how are you doing? Why are you know how this works. No, you know how this works. I was
enjoying this.
Yes.
So much, man.
Ah, come on, yes.
Oh no, I'll introduce myself. I do know how to do a couple of things. I'm Alan Zeman. I'm sitting in this District 8 seat right now and have for the past 4 years. I'm having a great time. And the reason I'm having a great time is over the past 4 years, we've gone from a B-rated district with lots of DNF schools, and we were in that condition for 13 years. And like Sonia before me, I couldn't stand to sit still on the sidelines. I didn't think Broward County should be or wanted to be a B-rated district. And a year into my first 4 years, we became an A district, and we are now a AA district. And now we are recognized as the best school district in the United States by Cambridge University in London. So we have turned the tide. We've turned the tide on teacher pay. When I came into office 4 years ago, you'll appreciate this, teacher pay total, this is pay plus retirement and healthcare, was $73,000. Today it is $96,500. Our teachers are still not paid enough. So if you paid attention last week, Ms. Bowman and a bunch of others on the school board worked with me, and we passed a new policy that says 90% of the $1.2 billion that we're going to get in the referendum in November, should the voters decide to vote with us, is going to also go to teacher and educator pay. So we're going to continue to do the right thing in Broward County schools. We didn't sit by when we were a B district for 13 years. Now Broward County, in the past 3 years, has moved 22,000 kids from below grade level to at or above grade level. Broward County Public Schools is back. AA Cambridge Award winner, School District of Excellence, recognized by this legislature. What do you think it takes for something in Broward County to be recognized by this legislature? But they recognize Broward County because Broward County is putting it on the map. Now, I'm tickled about some of the things that we've done, but I want you to know a little bit about me as well. I grew up at Carter Park, right down the street. I graduated from Dillard Elementary School and Fort Lauderdale High School. I have 7 kids, which is kind of crazy, don't you think? That's a lot, right? Between Moore and I, we have 11 children. I mean, we are helping society, no doubt about it. All of those kids, though, went to public schools and to public colleges just like I did. And so I want to make sure that our district and our public university system continues to give everybody the opportunities they have. So we're infusing Broward County Public Schools powered by AI. We're making good decisions about how the budget is being spent. Yesterday, we got the presentation from the superintendent, and he is reducing bureaucratic administrative levels by 1/3. I would challenge any school district in the United States to say they've ever done that before. I doubt they have. So we're paying attention to the details. We're making sure that our schools teach well. We're making sure that we have sensible plans for our facilities. We are powered by AI, but not by letting AI take over our schools, but by understanding the competencies of AI and making sure that our students get those competencies, because they're all going to graduate in an economy that's powered by AI, and they need to understand how to do the right thing. So I'm a local boy. I was born and raised here. I'm proud to have gone to public schools and to public universities. Thank you, Kim. And I'm really proud to have your support on August 18th. Thank you very much. Do you want me to introduce the next speaker?
Thanks, Alan. Okay, so if there are no other school district speakers, we will move on. Do we have any other folks representing our school districts? Okay, great. So now we're going to move on to county. All right, hold on to your seats. Odd Sicard is going to go ahead and to moderate this next over the next 45 minutes. And thank you, Odd. Our peers.
Again, good afternoon. It's been great, right, guys? We're getting good information. So for county commissioners, we have District 6, just District 6. So we will begin with an alphabetical order with last name. So we have Mr. Eugene Bold, Jeffrey Jones, Archibald Ryan, and Carol Shuham. If the other candidates are there, please line up over here. The timer is right over there, so please come up.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing? Well, I'm going to start with Happy Mother's Day to every mother, every grandmother, every future mother who's in the house today. I'm joined here by an amazing mother and wife, Naomi Bold, who has been my rock throughout this whole process. I mean, I couldn't have done this. I'm a first-time candidate. I'm not a politician. I happen to have the most experience in county government, though, in my entire group. And so my name is Eugene Bold. For the past 5.5 years, between 2019 and late 2024, I was privileged to serve as the Director of Policy for County Commissioner Tim Ryan. And in that position, working for him, I was able to work on affordability, something that affects me, affects everyone probably in this room, unless we have some billionaires here. I was able to work on infrastructure, something that we badly need in Broward County. I was able to work on senior affairs and realize that we have about 14,000 seniors in Broward County that are classified as low income, and there's not a whole lot of concern for them. I was able to see that county government, a county government that is supposed to work for you, oftentimes fails in its most basic duty of delivering for you. And so I had a choice to make as a father who lives in this beautiful county of ours. As a parent, I said, well, if good working class people, I come from a solid working class background, and if good people in this community don't stand up and fight for what's right, we're going to have more of the same. The same people that have manipulated the system to benefit their own friends and special interests, the same people that oftentimes invest on the coast, but sometimes forget that there's another side to their districts or their counties. The same people that have allowed for kids to be homeless. I did a fun experiment, actually a very sad experiment. While I worked at the county, I called a homeless hotline out of curiosity to see how well are we doing in taking care of our homeless population. And I was surprised to find out that my own people at the county were telling me that, sir, we don't have a place to put you, especially if you have a child. Too many of our people are living paycheck to paycheck. Too many of our people are living on the street. Too many of our people are ignored and don't have a seat at the table. That's why I'm running. We need change. We need hope. It reminds me of 2012 when I volunteered for Obama. They sent me to Hialeah and I told them, I don't speak Spanish. They said, it doesn't matter. You speak Romanian, you were born. Just say something. Si se puede. That's all we need to know. We need change in Broward County. I'm ready to do the work, and I would appreciate your support. God bless you all. BoldBroward.com. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is AJ Ryan. Archibald is what the A stands for. I'm running for Broward County Commission District 6. A little bit about myself. I am a native, born and raised here, born in Dania Beach. My family goes back over a century down here in South Florida. I'm a small business owner. I'm a businessman. I'm a father of 3. I'm a landlord. I'm a coach. I coach Little League Baseball. Just coached a baseball game this morning. And I coach Little League tackle football. And I'm also a politician. I was the mayor of Dania Beach. First time I ran for political office. I won mayor of my hometown city, Dania Beach. I'm very proud of what we accomplished there. Looking to bring it to a county level. People say, AJ, how do you do all this stuff? I say, look, if you want something done, you give it to a busy man, right? And I've learned a lot in my time as an elected official. I learned what families face. I learned what cities feel as a pressure, municipalities. I learned how county governments feel, and I learned how the state operates and how to work with the state and work with other elected officials to get what you need most, to get the resources home that you need most. Right now, we're feeling a bit of a squeeze, I would say, right? There's a lot of pressure in South Florida. We are constantly growing. We have 2 million people and growing. And what does that growth bring? It brings in pressure. It brings in the demand for more development, demand for more services, the demand for public safety. And we have to handle that pressure and deal with it. And we have to honor, we have to respect those who have been here and the registered voters in this county who expect us to deliver for them. It's not easy to go up and make a bunch of promises. You have to understand the problems that you're facing the most, whether it's infrastructure, public safety, affordability, housing, insurance. I deal with it on the ground level. I'm an insurance broker. I'm a real estate broker. I deal with families, deal with senior citizens who are on fixed income. Their insurance gets doubled and they come to me, AJ, how can we fix this? What am I going to do? I can't afford this. And I have to look at them in the eye. I have to try and find a solution. Some people, it's not as fortunate. Some people, we try and get through it. But these are things that I deal with on a daily basis. And I talk to families. Families have to make difficult decisions right now. They have to choose whether they want to put their kid in an extracurricular program, teach them how to learn an instrument, put them in a Little League football program or baseball program, or they have to choose between that or buying their groceries for the week. It's real. When I coach, I say I coach at a high level. Same thing when I lead at a high level. What I've accomplished in Dania, we've had the largest reserve in city history without 0 tax raises. We've had the biggest investment in public safety, had the biggest expansion in green space and parks. You know, it's May, it's a day to honor our veterans, and we created a veterans park, I'm happy to say. We expanded our green space. So those are a couple of accomplishments. It's a little bit about who I am. Thank you for coming out today. Proud to be a Broward Democrat. Thank you. I'm AJ Ryan, and it's ryanforbroward.com. Ryanforbroward.com.
A little shorter. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carol Shuham. I am running to be the next commissioner for District 6 in Broward County. I currently serve, as I have for almost the past 8 years, as the City of Hollywood Commissioner. While serving in the City of Hollywood, we've confronted so many of the issues that are facing our county as a whole, and I very much look forward to bringing the experience that I've incurred and enjoyed in Hollywood to the Broward County level. A little bit about my background. I'm originally from Baltimore. I went to school up there and got a degree in civil engineering, and then went on to law school and have spent my entire career in the field of construction. I am sharing this with you because in the day and age that we're living in, infrastructure and things that touch upon civil engineering are among the most important things going on right now in Broward County. I have raised 3 sons successfully, except they're still on my cell phone bill. They have all moved on, starting families of their own, and graduates of the Broward County Public School System. In Hollywood, as in Broward, affordability is a gigantic issue, and we are all confronting it. I'm delighted to share with you, we have several projects in Broward where we've made housing available at reasonable cost, below market rate cost, not only for seniors, for families, and for young professionals. We even have a brand new workforce housing in our community for teachers, firefighters, and police officers, and we're really delighted for everything happening there. For me, one of the important things is to make sure these issues that are trying to tackle affordability are placed in areas that are safe. I don't want to see our most vulnerable populations economically put in dangerous situations where we have flooding. Good, smart development in safe places, making sure we have adequate infrastructure is what's so important for the future of Broward County. I have served on the Broward County Climate Change Task Force, the Broward County Metropolitan Planning Organization, which is our regional transportational organization, currently sitting on the on the Solid Waste Authority, where Broward County is working very hard to have all cities handle solid waste collectively. These are all hugely, hugely important issues, and I look forward to bringing my experience and, most importantly, my heart and my compassion to help all of you and everyone that is currently in Broward County and is moving to Broward County. I'm so excited for this opportunity. CarolShuham.com. I am clearly the most experienced, and I really look forward to bringing that experience to the dais in Broward. Thank you so much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to the municipalities. Are there any, like Mr. Patricia Williams from the city of Pompano Beach? And she's running. This is our former state representative, and now she wants to continue her public service locally. Patricia Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patricia Williams, candidate for District 4, the city of Pompano Beach. Former state representative for District 92 and 98, and former city commissioner for the city of Lauderdale Lakes. It was my intent after I served my 8 years coming from Tallahassee in 2024 was to become disconnected from politics altogether.
Okay, so whenever are you ready? Ready, Louis? Ready?
Bon après-midi. Hello, everyone.
Bon après-midi et comment vous êtes?
My name is Christine Sanin Jules. I'm running for Florida's 24th Congressional District. I'm running to be your Congresswoman. Why? Because I believe that everyone should have access to quality healthcare, quality education, affordable housing, and economic stability. And now with the maps being changed, we only have 4 Democratic districts in the state of Florida, and I'm running to represent you in one of them. I know you have questions. If you have questions, bring it on. Where did my friend go? You want me to just talk about my?
You can talk about yourself.
Okay, perfect. So
I have too many questions.
Yeah,
I'm very happy that somebody somehow find the courage of challenging the incumbent. She has been an incumbent for a long time. And if we in the Asian community, we did organize ourselves properly, we will have one that seat and she will never have ever been there. So
Yeah.
since then, I've never met anybody who is willing to challenge her, and I have to congratulate you
Thank you. Merci
on
un
that
peu.
endeavor. But why will make you a better candidate than the incumbent?
Because it's all about action, right? Frederica Wilson and I agree on many issues. We only disagree on one, her time and my time. Now is the time for action. We are tired of strongly worded letters. We are tired of sitting on the sidelines. We need action. When the Trump administration canceled TPS in June, we organized. We did 14 town halls all the way from North Miami up to Belle Glade. We brought legal aid, resources, and actual mental health professionals to help our migrants. We did that. We didn't ask permission, we didn't wait. When the floods took out North Miami, they took out the local roads in North Miami, and they took out the local roads in unincorporated Dade. We organized, we got food, Haitian food, to the people that could not get out of their houses. We brought them food, we brought them water. We didn't wait, we took action. When they're mistreating the detainees in Chrome Detention Center, I had to write another congressman in another state to get them to have oversight in Chrome Detention Center in Miami so they could stop mistreating our detainees. When Marie-Ange Blas was killed, and I say killed because they may not have killed her in the detention center, but they kept her from care and she died. We organized a protest outside the Broward Detention Center. I'm all about action. We don't have time to be waiting around for solutions. We are the solution. And so I'm running because the moment right now needs a champion. And I'm ready to be your champion in DC. Christine Sananjules, please go to christineforfl.com. You can find out more about my campaign. I would love to talk to you more one-on-one and really talk about how, as a Haitian American, my priority is going to be to uplift the diaspora and to make sure that all of us have a brighter future, regardless of TPS or what's going on in the government, that as a community, we are united together and we can lift each other up. We don't have to wait for anybody else to do it for us.
You have been seeing what's going on in Washington, D.C. And what we really need to do is to turn Florida blue. And if you remember when at the debate, candidate Trump said Haitians were eating dogs and cats in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. The regular press, the main media, the mainstream media, they said, considering the number of Haitian registered voters in Florida, especially in South Florida, and considering that nobody can win the presidency, especially a Republican, without carrying Florida, President have already lost the election because the Haitians are going to be so outraged, they're going to go out there and vote en masse, and then the election is going to be lost. According to you, why didn't this happen? Because we have enough registered voters for any Florida statewide election for us to be able to bring it our way, if you want to tip the balance in our favor. Why isn't this happening?
So I am very big on data, okay? We have hundreds of thousands of Haitians here in Florida and Haitian Americans, but we do not have the data. We need to focus on building a database so that we can communicate to those voters. Right now, we're putting the message on different radio stations, different channels, different WhatsApp groups, but we need a unified database so that we can move together as a community. Everything is too divided. Yes, it's one thing to say, okay, we are all going to fight because we have now met in the middle. We found our common ground. But who is going to lead us with our common ground, who is going to lead us in a direction where we can have a result that favors the Haitian community. We don't have that. Everything's a plan, everything's a strategy, but you can't do anything without the data. If I told you right now, go reach out to all the Haitian Americans that are here in the state of Florida, how would you do it? You wouldn't even know how to do it. You don't know where to get the database. You're going to put it on Facebook, you're going to put it on WhatsApp, you're going to put it on Instagram, but you don't know if it's going to reach them. We need to focus on the science of it. Get the data, organize the people, and then you can mobilize them. But if you do not have the data, you cannot guarantee an outcome. If you can't even guarantee communication.
I totally agree with you, but how do you explain that we as a community didn't get outraged enough to get out and vote? How do you explain that despite everything that's being done to our community, we still have members of our community voting for the other side? Don't you think that us who was supposed to pass out the message, there's something missing?
So I do think that there's something missing, but you have to also understand, are we talking about a Haiti first position, or are we talking about a Democrat first position? I'm a Democrat. I'm 100% a Democrat, but I also understand that in order for the Haitians to move forward, we are going to need players on both sides, right? We can't just play this one-sided game. And I know that that's not what you want to hear, but I have to tell you the truth. We're going to need that. So it's not just about saying, oh, we needed everybody on our side. No, we needed everybody on the same message with the same outcome, and to say, okay, this is our end goal. We're going to need some people here and some people there, but we all know that we are voting in favor of whatever's going to push the Haitian agenda forward. I would love to say that if everybody came to the Democratic side and we all voted Democrat, that would be the best thing for Haitians. But this is the problem. When you don't have a Democrat that is leading in your community, who do you have to go talk to the Republican to fight for us? Who? What Ayanna Pressley did to fight for TPS, to get an extension for TPS, to get a permanent status for the extension of TPS. What Ayanna Pressley did, she had to cross both sides. So that's the other thing. I think that our main issue is lacking strategy. And I think that we need, as much as we want to hold on to Democrats this and that, we also need to understand what is going to push our needle forward. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but I'm just being real.
This is exactly what I want to hear, because we should not confuse community with party.
Yes.
So a community should be first and party second. And what we are not doing is not, as a community, being outraged about what's being done to us. Because let's talk about with districting, for example. If as a community, we are united, I'm not talking about party, I'm talking about community. If we are united, they can redistrict as much as they want. But don't you see all the time that Republicans are crossing the line and voting Democrat? And as you said, you are a big data person. We have about 400,000 registered, over 400,000 registered Republican in that county, for example. Over 500 registered Republican, a Democrat in that county. But we have about 400,000 independent. The independent are the ones breaking the tie.
Exactly.
So now, it's not a question of party. It's a question of community.
Community.
So, how we as a community putting ourselves together, because some district they don't have Democrat running against the Republican. This is Republican district. So as a community, we can put ourselves together with a Republican who has our community at heart, and vote for that Republican, even though we are Democrat. Are you with me with that reasoning?
I am with you. I am with you.
67 counties in Florida.
So listen.
67 counties are not Democratic counties.
Exactly. Listen, I have to take off my Democratic hat and I have to put on my Haitian American hat and say, what is better for my people? That is it. I have to be able to separate it. And I'll tell that to anybody, because at the end of the day, I just want my people to live and thrive. I'm so sick and tired of us being treated as if we're nothing, tossed aside, right? And it's from all sides. So there has to come a time where we have to say enough about the partisan stuff. We need to put community first. And that is what I would love to see. Someone needs to lead that, right? Now, I am a Democratic candidate. I don't necessarily know that I can lead that, but I can support it. Absolutely.
I don't want to say if, but when you do get to Congress,
yes,
there is no if. When you do get to Congress, January 2027,
amen.
What is it that's going to be your priority regarding, number one, the Haitian community living in South Florida? This is where you're going to be representing. But you have to represent all the communities, no doubt about it. But what's going to be your priority regarding the Haitian community? And also, what do you think is going to be your forte in being able to change what's going on in our home country, Haiti?
Yes. So number one that I see all the time, my father owns a security company and he hires hundreds of Haitian Americans, people from everywhere, but mainly Haitian Americans to do security. What I see, people want jobs. Our people need jobs. And so right now I want to focus on how can we bring better paying, high quality jobs that everyone can work, giving everybody an opportunity to work and be able to work one job, because one job should be enough. And that is one of my main priorities. And when we talk about Haiti and stability in Haiti, the first thing I want to do is, honestly, I want to step foot. I want to go to Haiti. Everyone always talks about what their first trip is going to be when they get to Congress. My first trip is going to be to Haiti. I want to go and see, where my grandmother is from, Nimbe. I want to go to Cap Haitien. I want to go to Port-au-Prince. I know that things are crazy. I understand. I want to go there and I want to see first, how can I be best effective? And then I want to report back and say, how can we organize with the diaspora to uplift Haiti ourselves without government intervention, without US government intervention? So those are just some things, and I know that we'll get more chance to talk. Na pale, okay?
Well, my last take, when you are saying things are difficult in Haiti, they are tetchy in Haiti, so we know that you are in between the line, you're talking about the gangs. Have you ever pictured in your mind a time that the gangs don't have enough munition for their weapons, or as a matter of fact, they cannot have access to more weapons? Do you know where the munition is coming from? Does Haiti produce produce munition and weapons?
I believe that it's coming right from our backyard. So I'm just going to be honest. And I can
could do about it.
And that's the first thing that we need to figure out. How do we stop that? How do we stop the cargo from getting in? How do we cut the supply, the ammunition supply? Obviously we can't go in and force the guns out of their hands, but we can stop it from coming into the country. And that's what, it's very delicate, because how do you say that we need to stop them, right? But without saying we don't want government intervention. We don't want the army to set up shop in Haiti, which I'm sure they have already done so. So stopping the ammunition from entering into the country would be number one priority, but also just ensuring that we get our government back up and running, that we get a new president, fair elections, that we start putting in people, honest people that can be in power, and we can work together to structure a better system for Haiti.
As I told you, you are already, as far as I'm concerned, you are already in Congress for 2017. And with District 20 and District 24, I'm sure that we're going to have two Haitian American in Congress working together to make sure that our homeland situation is changed for the best, because it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult.
It's not that difficult.
We don't produce weapons. We don't produce munition. Let's stop those from coming to the country, and you will see better days. And not only will be able to keep more people from wanting to come here, but also a lot of folks that are like not that young anymore, they will be delighted to retire in their country, breathing the tropical air.
My grandmother
enjoying
wanted to be buried in her country. She wanted to go back to her country, and she couldn't, and that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, because that is what my grandmother wanted in her final days, to go back to her country, and she couldn't. And we need to fight to make sure that Haiti is open and ready for us to go back home. I want to bring my kids there. We have a house. We have like 2 houses in Haiti. I want us to be able to go there and be, free amongst the land and amongst people, but we can't do that until it's safe and until things are in order. And it's going to take us. I heard Bishop Gregory preach one day, and he said that, Nehemiah is the one that brought the people back to Israel, but in the Bible. But Nehemiah had never even stepped foot into Israel, right? And so what he was trying to say is that Haiti is going to free the Haitian diaspora is going to free Haiti. It's going to be somebody that's never even stepped foot into Haiti, but that loves Haiti so much because it's ingrained in your blood. It's the younger generation that's going to come back like Nehemiah to free Haiti. And we cannot lose hope. My family has lost so much hope in what Haiti can be, but I see what it can be, a land for me and my children and for the generations to come. And so I look forward to fighting for that in DC. I look forward to that being my very first trip. And I look forward to opening up the island so that we can all go back and enjoy and laugh and eat the fruit and enjoy the music and enjoy the food and pray together and say, thank you, God. Finally, we are free.
As you said, we need to eat the natural food.
Yes.
Okay. That comes right from the earth, and then no preservative. Yes. Okay. So, but yes. What we how do you see the diaspora going in there, not only to bring those very needed dollars as tourists, but also as investors?
Investors. I think but that can happen right now. We don't have to wait for that. That can happen right now. We can start investing. There are businesses right now. I own a company. I am a small business owner. I own the SEO group. We do advertising and marketing. And my company, I work with a company in Haiti. All of my clients, I outsource to the people in Haiti. I am bringing jobs to Haiti right now. I don't have to be there. I invest in them. We have a call center. All of my clients, their call center is my call center in Haiti. That is how we operate. I am going to push that within the diaspora and say, listen, we need to start doing business in Haiti. Put the money into their hands so that they can uplift the economy on their own. So that is what I'm going to encourage everyone else to do. Like I said, I'm already doing it. You don't have to wait for that. Find a great Haitian company and start working with them. I want to give a shout out to Buzz Inc. because Buzz Inc., they are my partners in Haiti. And I love them. I love Jean-Jacques. We talk all the time. He takes care of my clients. my graphic design comes from Haiti. Start investing now. I do that right now. Don't wait.
Congratulations on your business in Haiti.
Thank you.
If we look at some countries, let's say Brazil, where you have the favelas, which are like the shanty towns. Look at what's going on in Israel. You have a lot of missile bomb and everything, and I don't want to make a list. Okay, all these countries, they have a lot of violence, a lot of gangs,
yes,
and that doesn't stop them from moving forward. That
yes,
doesn't stop them from having like flourishing businesses. That
Mhm.
doesn't stop them from having airplanes going to all their airports. Why is it that we cannot have the same thing? Because when you get to Haiti, it's not like the whole country in flames. We have very beautiful cities in the countryside that has never seen not even one gang member.
yes, but we have to control the narrative. That has to do with media, because I know that there are parts of Haiti that are still flourishing and nobody sees them. We need to control the narrative, and we need to really be mindful of what the media is showing. Port-au-Prince is obviously the capital. It is a part of Haiti, but it is not all of it. And so I encourage everyone, especially yourself, as you know, all of us that are part of media, right? As we're doing this, let's show the beauty, let's show the grace, the wondrous part of Haiti and the great things that are happening right now.
I'm really grateful for your thoughtful conversation, for your progressive thoughts about Haiti, not being discouraged, not say, too many gang members, no, nobody should go over there. I don't think so. I think we all should pull ourselves together and say, okay, let's do something where we can make this country go forward, and
Yes.
let's show the nice, beautiful faces of Haiti.
Yes.
Because I'm sure when somebody comes to Miami, the international media doesn't go to the bad gang weekend part of
No.
Miami. Every
They don't.
city, every
They go to
country,
Miami Beach.
yes, they go to Miami Beach. We should, because when we have an international journalist here and whoever comes to Haiti, the first place they go is Cité Soleil. Why they don't go to Pétionville? Why they don't go to the beautiful places of Haiti? So we
Yes.
have to make sure that we are in control of that, and make sure that when we do get a bad message about Haiti, the first people to forward it is us, Haitian people. So
I
we have
promise
to
you.
make a
I
commitment.
promise you.
We have a bad message about my country, I don't forward it. When I have a good message, a good pictures, nice thing going on,
Yes.
positive news, let's forward those news. And we're not going to say that we are going to ignore the bad news, but we're not going to forward it.
My very first trip, I'm telling you, is going to be to Haiti as your congresswoman. Thank you so much. God bless you. You can go to ChristineForfl.com to find out more. And you can reach me anytime. Let's have another interview. Let's sit down and talk. Okay?
You did not, beside Frederica, Representative Frederica Wilson, is there anybody else wanting for that seat?
Seulement Christine Sananjou. Seulement.
Okay, so we have enough vote to put you in Washington in January. So let's go for it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you so
hopefully
much.
we're
God
going
bless.
to have another conversation again.
Yes.
And we are going to work together as the Haitian American Democratic Club of DADE. We're going to work with you hand in hand to make sure that you win that primary. And once you win the primary, you'll be?
Your congresswoman.
You'll be our congresswoman. So all the way for August 18.
Yes, yes.
August 18. But we're going to start voting in the
Early voting.
from August 8th to August 16th.
Yes.
Thank you
Merci,
very much.
Auntie.
We do
Thank you.
appreciate you very much.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying too good luck. See you in Washington in January.
I love you. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Bye.
So Christina, CHRISTINE.
TINE.
As you can see, we had that brave Christine Haitian candidate running for seat 24, Frederica Wilson seat in Miami-Dade County mostly. So we Haitian people should really back her candidacy up. So a campaign. So we have Engineer Jay with us, and he's going to tell us what he thinks about that very energetic, very electable young Haitian businesswoman who is already blazing the trail with businesses right there in Haiti when everybody says it's not possible. And we would like you to find out more about Christine. We would like you to find out more about her campaign. We would like you to do fund making, canvassing, go knocks on doors, get the vote. How would be out because we have enough vote for her to be our next representative in Washington, D.C. as our House representative. But on the other hand, if we don't do it, as she explained, we are not saying that Frederica Wilson, Representative Frederica Wilson didn't do nothing at all for our community. But when we have our own in Washington, we think it's going to be so much better than what we have now. So we don't know what's going on the stage. We're going to check the stage to make sure that if there is something going on, we don't miss it. So let's check out the stage to see what's going on. The stage is empty right now. Nobody is talking. So we're going to take a break while the stage is taking a break. And then we'll be with you as soon as there is something going on stage. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be right back. And we have Professor Jay here. Probably has something to say. Go, Professor Jay. Do you have another candidate for us? Professor Jay, I guess
Definitely, Lois, that was a pleasure to be here today with you. We are at the end of the program, and we are concluding. We would love to see more people coming. We'd love to see more individuals with us, but unfortunately, you were not there, and you were at the studio, and other people were and maybe on the beach. So have a good day, have fun, and we'll be back for another show next Saturday.
Thank you very much, everybody. We are here to wish you Happy Mother's Day, Christine, Otsika, all the mothers, all the moms. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye, bye. See you later. Hasta la vista. Bye, bye.
Hasta la vista.